We're live. We are live. And so are the Bengals playoff hopes. Somehow, through some god-awful like witchery or magic or witchcraft or whatever, we're alive, y'all. The Cincinnati Bengals are alive. I do not own a New York Jets or Kansas City Chiefs jersey. God forbid I would ever own a Kansas City Chiefs jersey, right? But I don't own a New York Jets jersey either. So this is the closest I got. I got my Sonics jersey on. See if we can... I don't know if you're going to... Well, you know what? It's fine. We're here for the colors, right? We're here for the colors. That's what this is for. We got the green for the Jets. We got the red and yellow for the Chiefs. And I don't like rooting for the Chiefs, but I will do it if it helps the Bengals. You know? It ain't even as big of a deal for me as, like, you know, the Steelers, right? No, I don't like rooting for the Steelers. I pretty much refuse to root for the Steelers. But there are some scenarios where I would do it, right? Not so much for the Chiefs. I have virtually no qualms for rooting for the Chiefs. Yeah. But no, for the Chiefs, I have no qualms essentially for rooting for the Chiefs. I'm not doing that on purpose. Promise. But I have virtually no qualms rooting for the Chiefs if I have to. You know, it's fine. I don't. It really genuinely does not run that deep. Not at all. It's totally fine. I'm not that worried about it. So, I'm not having good luck with this. Oh boy. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my thing set up. We got plenty of time, so no rush. Look at that. I think that's about the biggest that screen's going to get. Okay. And then, okay. So, Mikey. I see you, Mikey. UK's beating Vandy. Let's go. Not that I expect Vandy to beat us, but, you know. Still good to see him win. But Mikey said that the Saints lose. Yippee. Ha. That's that's such a weird mentality. I get it. If it was like one of those things where it was like, ooh, Panthers and Falcons are in overtime. That's interesting. Now the Falcons are eliminated, so it obviously doesn't matter. But let's see. The Buccaneers beat the Saints 27-19. I was watching you earlier, and then I had some work I had to get done, so unfortunately was not able to finish that stream with you. The Bears ended up beating the Packers, so that's probably not Tom Grassi's favorite thing. Again, probably not the worst thing in the world because they already clinched the playoffs. But now they're guaranteed to go up against the Eagles instead of I don't remember who the other team that they were potentially going to play was. Man, we got so many things we got to get up here because of this weird style of game that we got going on, right? Like I mean, we're primarily watching Broncos Chiefs, but we're also going to keep an eye on the Dolphins game too, just because they're both important. Now, I'm more concerned about the Chiefs game than I am the Dolphins game. Like, I mean, the Dolphins game matters just as much as the Chiefs game, right? But like the Chiefs are playing their backups. The Dolphins are bad and don't have Tua Tagovailoa, and they're going up against Aaron Rodgers in what might be his last game. So I feel like there's a pretty good shot at potentially the Bengals getting the result they want out of the Dolphins. The Chiefs game is going to be interesting, though, because, I mean, the Broncos are desperate. The Broncos are a pretty good team, and the Chiefs are resting all of their starters. But they're still coached by Andy Reid, who probably still wants to win. And they're still... I mean, like, Carson Wentz was a good quarterback one time, right? So I'm like, I definitely think, as you can tell in my prediction, I think it's going to happen. I think both of them are going to happen. I'm pretty confident in the Dolphins losing. God forbid, by the way, God forbid, if now that the Bengals have won, God forbid if the Dolphins make it in, right? Like honestly, if the Dolphins win against the Jets, I kind of hope the Broncos beat the Chiefs. Like, I'm going to be rooting for the opposite at that point because like I really do not want the Dolphins to be in the playoffs. Like, and it's just simply because that would be horrible. It wouldn't be any fun. Nobody wants to see the Dolphins in the playoffs unless you're the team playing the Dolphins, right? Okay, so it's either the Rams or the Eagles. So now instead of playing the Rams, the Packers will have to play the Eagles. So that might matter. You know, the Eagles are much better than the Rams. So let me catch up with some of these rest. Daniel Barry says, what's going on? What's going on, Daniel Barry? Fail, cancel, eliminated. Yep. Despite the fact that they could theoretically end up losing to the Panthers here. 3:18 left to go in the overtime there. It's possible they tie. Like, I kind of wonder if the Saints had beaten the Buccaneers and the Falcons tied the Panthers, what would have happened there? So the Buccaneers would have finished 9-8, and the Falcons would have finished. Let's see, where are we? 8-1. So they'd still be eliminated. So they would have had to win, and right now it's looking like they're going to tie. Well, either lose or tie, because like the Panthers have the ball with 3:18 left in overtime, and it seems unlikely the Falcons are going to get a chance to win this game now. So that's kind of nuts. Go second string Chiefs. Damn right, Jordan. Gotta get, we gotta get that Carson Wentz magic back, right? Like 2017, this man was like considered to be one of the brightest young stars in the NFL in terms of like young quarterback play and stuff like that, and then he fell off a complete and utter cliff with the Eagles, and then they ended up drafting Jalen Hurts to replace him, and that worked out pretty well for him. But now Carson Wentz, maybe trying to show that he's still got a little something, and I think he can, but like I said, the Broncos are also going to be desperate too, so that's the main concern there. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and move this over here. That way we can have both of those games up. Wonder if I can... There we go. Okay, so we're going to do this. Just have both games kind of going there. Okay, so what else we got going on? Stranger says, "Hooday, let's go, Stranger. We beat the Steelers." And I've already said, if the Bengals don't make the playoffs at this point, I'm obviously... Overall, I'll be very disappointed in the season in general. Like, everything that we could have done to make the playoffs, and that's the way we're going to end it. It seems like so shitty to me. But, what are you going to do, honestly? What are you going to do? But at this point, hey, we finished on a 5-game win streak, beat the Steelers, gave ourselves the best chance we could. Kind of happy with the way the Bengals kind of got themselves together. Maybe they can replicate that going down the stretch. All right, so looks like both teams are kicking off at basically the exact same time. The Chiefs actually hit the ball first, and that's going to be a touchback for the Broncos, while the Jets kick the ball off to the Dolphins, and they're going to return it. And he gets past the first couple people. Not very good coverage there by the Jets. He gets down to about the 33-yard line before he gets taken down. So the Chiefs starting off with the Broncos starting off with a touchback, but the Dolphins starting off with better field position. All right. So again, we're mainly paying attention to the Broncos game here. So Bo Nix is under center. He's going to play action, fake the handoff here, and they're going to pick up a first down. So that's not a great way to start for the Chiefs offense there, or Chiefs defense. Sorry. Both teams we need to win right now are on defense. Tyler Huntley rolls out right, and he's going to throw it for a short 3-yard gain or so, roughly. It's going to be interesting. I'm calling both games, and that's going to be tough because there's going to be a lot of action. Like I said, we're going to focus on the Broncos game, but I'll let you know what's going on with the Jets game as much as I can. So, all right, so it's going to be a pitch to, is that Javonte Williams? Didn't really get a whole lot. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's McLaughlin. And I think he got about 4 yards there on the pitch. Huntley throws off short for a screen pass, and the Jets do a great job of stopping him there. Swallowed him up in the backfield. The Saints secured the last. Oh, is that going over the thing? Oh, that's not great. Oh, wait. I know how to fix that. Hold on one sec. If I can find the damn thing. Here we go. All right, the Broncos just got a first down. Okay, there we go. We got that fixed. All right, so Huntley's in the shotgun formation. He dumps it off short, and Jets don't do a very good job with that. But it was 3rd and 14, so they do stop him on 4th down. So the Dolphins are going to have to punt, and that's good. Looks like there was a flag on the Chiefs for illegal use of hands on cornerback Joshua Williams, but that was obviously waved off because it was a first down. So, hey, the Jets got the job done. Now we need the Chiefs to do it. Saints secured at least the 9th pick, could get the 8th pick if the Raiders beat the Chargers. Yeah, well, my question is, though, like, with all this tanking mentality or anything, like, are you actually going to, like, do anything with that pick? 1st and 10 for the Broncos. Bo Nix rolls back. He's going to throw, and that is caught for about a 5-yard gain. And Vele is the one who caught that. Tackled pretty immediately. So about a 5-yard pickup for the Broncos. Mike Evans got his 11th consecutive 1,000-yard receiving season. Man, Mike Evans is pretty interesting. The cheats. No, I'm telling you, Jordan. I did not mean to keep saying the cheats. I just kept saying it. It's probably a Freudian slip, honestly. But I wasn't intentionally saying that, to be honest. Aaron Rodgers out there on the field. We need a big game from him today. After the Dolphins had to punt. So the Broncos, I think, got another first down there, and that was, I believe, McLaughlin, who... No, it was Williams. Okay. Big run there by McLaughlin to pick up about 15-ish yards, 14 probably. Rodgers going to throw, and that's, oh my God, it's intercepted immediately by the fucking Dolphins. And I wouldn't say that was exactly Rodgers' fault. That was bobbled and thrown up in the air by his receiver. Great, that's not what we need in this life. Honestly, like I said, if the Jets lose, then I'm rooting for the Broncos at that point. All right, Bo Nix is going to fake a couple times there, and oh God, the Chiefs are just not paying any attention. That's going to be a touchdown for the Broncos. Well, that's not the way we wanted to start any of this at all. Not great. That actually went off a Dolphins player's foot. Huh. Okay. All right. So, the Broncos are the first to score. Not great, but obviously just the beginning. Things are not going so great for the Bengals right now to start these games. Although the Dolphins' offense does suck, so that helps. Hopefully the Jets can hold them to a field goal. The Broncos are lining up for the extra point, and that kick is up. There's a flag immediately. I'm guessing like a false start or something. All right, so it's 2nd and 8 for the Dolphins. I guess that was on the Chiefs. Huh. Okay. I swear I thought I said an ineligible man downfield, but then they pointed to the Chiefs sideline. Very confusing. Huntley's going to do the play action, and he's going to just end up running in himself, and the Jets give him about 4 yards on that. No, not 4, probably about like 6 or 7, actually. Dad is not happy about Mike Evans. Can't imagine. I don't like him, but I'm not mad. Duh, Bears. Yeah, well, they got the job done, but they also had a bad season, so. They beat the Packers. All right, so the Broncos do get the extra point, finally, after all that. So, unfortunately, Broncos start out with a 7-0 lead. Hopefully the Chiefs can respond. The Jets did hold the Dolphins to 4th down, though, so Dolphins are going to have to punt. I'm sorry, they're going to have to take a field goal after the Rodgers pick, which is a good sign. It's not a good sign that Rodgers threw a pick, but it's a good sign that the Jets' defense is playing well enough to basically not give the Dolphins anything. So hopefully, Rodgers can shake it off. Pats threw away the number 1 pick by beating the Bills, and the Bills don't care. Bills do not care. My predictions are Broncos 2016 and Dolphins 20-18. Well, based off of what I'm seeing so far, I mean, as long as Rodgers doesn't continue like imploding, I'm really pretty confident in my prediction on the Jets beating the Dolphins. The I don't know about I don't know about the Broncos though. Like you might be right about the Broncos. I think though if the Broncos do win, it's going to be a high scoring game. At least on the Broncos side. I have no idea what the Chiefs are going to do. But the Broncos, I'm guessing most likely are going to score a lot of points if they win. I don't know about 20 points. What's your obsession with like low scoring games? Is it because you're a Saints fan and that's just what you're used to seeing? Cheats playing the backups concerns me a lot more than the Dolphins in the cold. Yeah, that's kind of my thought process, But I mean, like it's still Andy Reid out there. Like I do genuinely think that they could win this, and it's not like it's not like the players who are like Andy Reid might be taking kind of more of like a long-term kind of play on this, but those Chiefs backups, they're also partially playing, like, I mean, like, how often do they even get a chance to put tape out there to potentially get contracts with, right? Like, the players who are out there are going to want to put everything they have on the field. They want to win, Like those Chiefs backups want to win. Whether or not Andy Reid does, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah. Ryan says, good afternoon, Kyle and chat. Didn't watch the game last night, but shocked. I wouldn't say I was shocked. I thought the Bengals were going to win. I'm kind of shocked that the Bengals won defensively instead of offensively. That's good. That's a good sign. That means the defense, that means the offense can have a bad game and the defense can like come through and win, which has been the problem all season. Is when the offense when the offense doesn't like have just like a legendarily like all-time type of game, the defense just can't keep up. That's been the problem all season, but it's been nice to see the last couple of weeks the defense has been contributing just as much as the offense, which is nice. Told you the Packers seeding information, just saying. When you told me that I don't think you, I mean, yeah, I might have left by the time you gave more information about the seating, but all I remember you telling me was that I thought the Packers were already like locked into their seating. You told me no, they're locked in the playoffs, but not their seating. But you didn't explain to me like what the seating was like though. At least not while I was there. Panthers at the 1 yard line. Yeah, probably gonna win. Bucks would have won the South. Yeah, they would have won anyway. Which is funny. You didn't have to lose, but I'm sure you wanted to for your seeding. All right, so Carson Wentz is going to he's going to pitch it forward to his running back there, and that didn't go so well. So not the greatest performance so far by the Chiefs backups. That's not, still early in the game. Hopefully it'll change. Panthers win 44-38. Nope. Falcons suck. Saints still suck. No surprise there. It's true. I have no hope for the Chiefs, but versus Broncos, but fingers crossed. I wouldn't say I have no hope. Obviously, I think they're fully capable of doing it. Damn, really good. The Jets had almost a really good return there, but he kind of ran into a wall of people and didn't really do what he could have done to get out of the way. So not the great. Yeah, not a very good return. Could have been a really good return, and then nothing. Oh well. Come on, man. They got Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, Allen Lazard, Tyler Conklin. I mean, they got talent. Just don't let the Dolphins in the playoffs. That's just that's if the Bengals don't make it, I just really don't want the Dolphins to make it because I do not want to watch that damn game. Rodgers throws, and that one's actually completed and not intercepted. That's nice for a first down. Carson Wentz rolls back to throw, and his receiver wasn't even paying any attention there. What the fuck? All right, it's 4th and 3, and the Chiefs are going to have to punt. That's not going so good. Damn. Hopefully Bo Nix can throw some Bo picks, right? Now y'all finished last in the NFC South. They sure did. Kyle, we want the Chiefs to win. Yep, sure do. They're not doing a very good job right now, though. They would have anyway. Saints are a joke. Richard couldn't be happier. All right, Devontae Adams is going to do a flea flicker back to Rodgers. Rodgers is going to have to throw, and throws to Devontae Adams, who gets absolutely fucking obliterated. And God, the Jets' offense is just pathetic right now. Oh my God. Fucking shit. Wow. I think if both games keep going this way, we ain't making the playoffs, y'all. It ain't happening. Whew, man, that was the worst fucking flea flicker I've ever seen in my entire life. Aaron Rodgers looking around, trying to find somewhere to go with it. Eventually, just like sends it back to Devontae Adams and gets Devontae Adams fucking murdered. Started off hot 3 games, then the wheels fell off. That's true. All right, 2nd and 10 for the Jets. Rodgers gonna play action pass, send it to Devontae Adams, who just doesn't look like Devontae Adams right now. He gets tackled behind the line again. What the fuck is happening? Okay, maybe I was a little too optimistic about the Jets. Like, what the hell? What the hell? This is Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams, right? Come on. I actually feel okay rooting for the Chiefs backups. The starters would bother me more. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, because like the backups actually have something to play for. You know, I don't know what Andy Reid is going to do. Maybe Andy Reid might sabotage him as far as like the result goes. But those players want to put tape on the those players want to put good tape up. You know, like they have pride just like anybody else does. Aaron Rodgers throws and it's just fucking dropped immediately by Breece Hall, and it's gonna be 4th and 11. And the Jets are a fucking disaster. Holy shit. Holy shit. How did this team put up fucking like take the Dolphins to overtime last time they played them? This is horrendous. Holy shit, man. That's what we get for having to rely on the Jets. Like that's our fault. As a Bengals fan, I recognize that, you know, relying on the Jets is probably not the best thing you could do of all time. All right, punt is away then from Thomas Morstead. And that is going to take a Dolphins-friendly bounce. This is just a disaster. Oh, God. New Orleans is a cursed-ass city. Seems like it. Kind of like Atlanta and New Jersey. Quite possibly. What's up, John? The refs are broken. Are they? I haven't seen anything. I mean, I'm paying attention to 2 games right now, so it's really kind of hard to, like, be all that invested in the refs right now, but I mean, I haven't seen anything that the refs particularly did wrong. Mikey, don't look at this. Buccaneers win. Okay, I'm done. Well, no, Mikey wanted the Buccaneers to win, John. 1st and 10 for the Broncos, and it's going to be a handoff to, I think that was McLaughlin. Nope. Yes, that was McLaughlin. He picked up about 3 yards there. So that's a better start by the Chiefs defense on that drive. Touchdown. Touchdown what? That must have been much earlier. Much just sickens me today. Only go Chiefs and Jets, Jets. Yeah? Yeah, I agree. It's not fun. All right, so the Chiefs give up another 3 yards on 2nd down. And so it's going to be 3rd and 4 now. Can you get off the field and get the ball back to Carson Wentz? Touchdown Broncos, boo. Chiefs are really benching a lot of good players not playing today. Yeah, I mean, I would, I guess that's the right thing to do, honestly. I mean, I kind of questioned it a little bit because, you know, they also have a 1st-round bye, so it's going to be like a month before they actually play another football game. But I also understand, you know, you don't want to risk the health of your guys on meaningless games, and they're going to stay in shape. 3rd and 4 for the Broncos. Bo Nix takes a shotgun snap. He's going to roll back. He throws over the middle, and that's caught. Fuck. By 84. I'm not sure who that is, but he caught it, and that's going to be a 1st down for the Broncos. It's canon now. On this show, they are Kansas City Cheats. There you go. There you go. Maybe one day I'll make merch, and that'll be one of the things that I put out. But again, I wasn't intentionally calling them the Cheats. But you know what? You know what? This is not a game where the Bengals are involved, and I have no reason to otherwise root for the Chiefs or Jets. So I'm totally down to root for cheating. And you know what? The Chiefs are ref darlings. So maybe we can get some black magic here from the Chiefs. Come on, let's go. Cheat. Come on, I want to see stupid fucking shit that would get me mad if it was against the Bengals. Come on. Like, I don't care. I do not care. This ain't about pride. This is about results. You know? I'm calling both games. God, that's just the funniest fucking clip from Kevin Harlan, dude. Mike Evans got 1,000 yards on the last play and says Jerry Rice should have had the record. It's looking like, what's his name? Jamar Chase is expected. Hold on. It's going to be a pitch for the Dolphins there. And, oh, my God, Jets. Tackle somebody. What the fuck? That was like a 20-yard gain there. Holy shit, dude. Terrible. Chiefs are at the Broncos are at 3rd and 2, so maybe they can actually stop somebody. I don't know. They haven't done it yet. Jamar Chase is currently expected, barring a all-time type of game from Justin Jefferson. Or I guess Amon-Ra St. Brown. Those are the two guys who are have any chance of really catching him on the Triple Crown. But right now, Jamar Chase is expected to win the Triple Crown. And Trey Hendrickson is, I believe, pretty much guaranteed at this point to be the NFL sack leader. And the Chiefs stopped Bo Nix from picking up the first down. That's going to be 4th down. The Broncos are going to have to punt. Let's go. Let's go. Although if the Jets keep playing like this, then that's bad. As a reminder, I do not want the Chiefs to win if the Dolphins win, because that would be a deal with the devil. That would definitely be a regrettable occurrence. The Broncos are going for it? I guess they are. Did they get it? I can't tell. It looks like the Chiefs might have stopped them. Okay, they're saying first down for the Broncos, but it looked close to me. I don't know. Let's see the replay here. Bo Nix, he might have gotten that. Maybe? I don't know. Let's see where that... Because, that knee definitely comes down a little early. Hard to say. Hard to say. Jerry Rice should still have the record. Well, Mike Evans did it in 17 games, first of all. That's, let's be clear about that. All right, Bo Nix going to throw it deep. And, oh, my God, that is fucking completed. This is a disaster. Both of these games are fucking disasters. Hey, the Dolphins fumbled, though, but they recovered it. But Tyler Huntley fumbled on a big pressure, so they're going to have to punt. Hopefully Aaron Rodgers can get something together now. Okay, well, this is not going the way that I had hoped with the Broncos game. They're pretty close to taking a multi-score lead here. So that's not what you want. Bingo. Explained you must have left. Yeah, I was kind of in and out because I had other work that I had to do. Broncos knocking on field goal range here. That's not good. Or knocking on touchdown, which isn't good. A field goal wouldn't be good either, but not the way the Chiefs are playing. All right. So that's a pretty good punt there. It's going to be inside of the 30 where the Jets are going to get the ball. Wentz has 100,000 reasons to win today. Yeah. Everybody who's playing for the Chiefs has 100,000 reasons to win today. Absolutely. The question is, can they? Carson Wentz is a backup in the NFL for a reason. He was once really good, but I'm mostly joking around when I say things like, oh, God, Bo Nix threw a touchdown. Great. I'm mostly joking around, though, when I say, stuff like, oh, Carson Wentz was once a really good quarterback. That's, I'm not, I know I'm reaching for straws pretty heavily there. He hasn't been a good quarterback in a while. How far behind on the comments? Well, when you said that, probably a lot farther behind than I am now, but I'm almost caught up now. Update the Jets and Dolphins score. I don't want to, Mikey. Do I have to? God damn it, you're right. I got to pay attention. If I'm going to have both scoreboards, I've got to pay attention to both. This is chaos, by the way. Watching both games like this is fucking insane. And the Broncos get the extra point. So, if you are a Bengals fan, this is a very bad set of events here. Like I said, from the perspective of a Bengals fan, this is terrible. From the perspective of a neutral fan, I'd like if the Dolphins are gonna win, I'd rather the Broncos also win because I really don't want to see the Dolphins in the playoffs. That would just be boring as hell. Who was never good? You talking about the Patriots? The Patriots are pretty good at one point, I think, Mikey. Dolphins win, but the Broncos win, so that eliminated the Broncos. And Cincy does it go to the so if the Dolphins win, but the Broncos win. No, that doesn't eliminate it. No, if the Broncos win, the Broncos the Broncos make the playoffs. Like the Broncos are still winning in. Us beating the Broncos, all that did was give us a chance if the Broncos lose another game to get ahead of them. But the Broncos are still ahead of us. Like if they win, then they're in, right? I think a tie would get us in, as long as the Dolphins also lose or tie. I think if both teams, it's either both teams have to win outright essentially. But if the Broncos still get in, so the Broncos have to win now. The Broncos have to win. If the Broncos don't win, they miss the playoffs, period. It was that if all three teams lose, then the Broncos could still get in. But the Bengals won, so that's not the case anymore. I'm not behind anymore. Well, I'm still a little behind. Rodgers going to hand the ball off to Breece Hall, and there you go. He's got a nice little hole to the outside and picks up a first down. Just keep doing that. Huge dart into the red zone. Yeah. Dude, Bo Nix is a talented quarterback. That's you can't deny that Bo Nix is talented. Now, I mean, is he going to be the next big thing in the NFL? Probably not. But he's talented. He's got a good arm. Effing cheats backups 50 yards on fourth. Yeah. The Chiefs are going to drive me insane again, aren't they? It's going to break my heart as much as they possibly can. My dad says the Bucs chesed Evans. Chesed? What? 1,000 yards. Okay. 1st and 10, it's going to be another handoff to Breece Hall, and God, the Jets' run blocking in this game is just terrible. 14-0 looking like a blowout. Well, that's the first quarter, Richard. I wouldn't say that just yet. It's I mean, the Broncos are doing a really good job right now, but they could, one interception from Bo Nix right now changes the whole fucking composure of the game. So, I mean, I'd hold off on the blowout just yet. But again, I would rather see the Broncos, if the Bengals are going to miss, I'd rather see the Broncos in the playoffs than the Dolphins. Just frankly, honestly. 2nd and 12 for the Jets. It's going to be a pitch to the left to Breece Hall, and oh my God, what the hell is the run? Like, is the Jets' offensive line that bad? They just cannot, and it's not Breece Hall's fault. Like, I mean, there's just no run blocking. Like, they are awful. They are absolutely horrendous. All right, 1st and 10. Carson Wentz is going to throw, and that is pass interference on the Broncos easily. Juju Smith-Schuster was just getting fucking mugged. So that's good right there. All right, 3rd and 13. Come on, Aaron. Come on, Aaron. From the 34-yard line, Rodgers is going to throw, and what the fuck? Why are they throwing it short like that? What? What the... Dude, is this play calling for the Jets, too? Like, this is just the whole team is just like... It's not like the Browns game. Like, the Browns game was like, hey, there's some, like, the defense is, okay, not great, but defense is, whatever. There's some semblances of some sort of decent football team. The Jets right now are just horrendous. Like, what on earth? I should probably apologize publicly for thinking that the Jets had any chance of winning. All right, Carson Wentz overthrows 84 there, so he's not very good. The Jets are punting the ball away, and that is going to be returned from the 13-yard line, and they're doing a pretty good job of wrangling him, but they don't get him down as far back as they could, so it's going to be about the 15-yard line. I'll call them both games. I'm talking about this season. The Pats suck ass. No, yeah, this season the Pats were. I mean, I guess the Pats defense was pretty good in Week 1 against us, right? Jets with signs of life, and sort of, not really, about as much as the Chiefs, honestly. 2nd and 10. Carson Wentz rolls around in the pocket, and he gets out of a sack, and then dumps it off to 83 there, and they just lose more yards. Noah Gray, by the way. Man. God, the Broncos want to make the playoffs. That's what's happening right now. The Broncos ain't ready to go home. That's what's happening. Go Ducks. Sure, I guess. They lost, though. So I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Aints are ass, too. Had 3 good games, then Carr went back to being a mediocre bum. Yep. Cheesed. Oh, cheesed. Okay. 3 games more than you could say. Mike Evans. Yeah, Mike Evans had a big game. 3rd and 14. Carson Wentz rolls back. Got good protection this time, but he's going to throw it like 2 yards down the field. What the hell? What is up with these teams on like 3rd and like, forever to go, throwing it like 2 yards down the field? What is this, the fucking Andy Dalton Bengals? Like, what is happening? What is happening? Are we just like not bothering to throw it down the field at all? Like, this is horrendous. Oh my God. This is an absolute, like, this is a fucking embarrassment, honestly. Like, if you're the Chiefs backups right now, if you have any pride, you are furious right now. This is one of the worst performances I've ever seen from any team, period. Like, you almost would think, and they false started on the punt. You would almost think that they're trying to lose the game. Like, they're intentionally trying to throw the game. Which, again, I wouldn't put it past Andy Reid to potentially be having that thought process, because he doesn't want to see Joe Burrow in the playoffs, right? But also think about it. If the Dolphins beat the horrendous Jets, then you have the potential of the Jets getting into the playoffs, of the Dolphins getting into the playoffs, which, can't be anything but a good thing, right? Like, I mean, the Broncos could beat the Chiefs. I think, actually, the Broncos would be a little bit of a dangerous team to have in the playoffs. I mean, not super dangerous, but a little dangerous. Like Joe Burrow is the worst case scenario for the Chiefs, right? But, the Broncos are not exciting either. And the Broncos did beat the Chiefs earlier this year, right? So, why, you're also taking a bit of a bet on letting them in instead of the Dolphins. It's the way the Jets are playing right now. Although they did stop the Dolphins in the backfield there, so... the Jets' defense is playing pretty decently so far. Their offense is awful. Like, good God, how awful. Well, you have a ring, Mikey. 5-12 and last. Yeah, house low standards in New Orleans. At least they got a ring. Bo Nix. Oh, Bo Nix, go Ducks. No, I'm sorry. Sorry, John, can't get behind that one. And the Jets give up 8 yards on 2nd and 11. Not great. I understand he's go Texas Longhorns in the CFP. Yeah, sure, cool. As long as Ohio State doesn't win, I don't care. Be anybody else. Literally anybody else. I don't care. Actually, I don't even know who else is in the CFP. Who else is playing in the CFP? Remaining is Notre Dame, Penn State, Texas, and Ohio State. So, yeah, I literally don't care. Jets give up a first down on 3rd and 2. Wonderful. I'm also glad Indiana didn't win. I'm not sure. If it was like Ohio State and Indiana for the national championship, I would have cried. I would have cried very hard. That would have been just my goddamn hell. And I don't even care that much about college football, Riverboat Reed this drive. No Riverboat Reed this drive as he elects to punt on 4th and 4 at midfield. Yeah, well, it's early in the game, though, Jay. And the Chiefs' offense is really bad right now, so I'm not that surprised. Just need both LA teams to lose. Offsides, I think. On the Jets. Great. God, this is just an all-time bad performance by the Chiefs, and the Jets are they're trying to do everything they can to just maybe they're tanking. I don't know. 1st and 10. Bo Nix is gonna play action pass and then throw it short, and that is going to be Caught about a 6-yard pickup for Marvin Mims. Did the Dolphins false start? Yep, false start by the Dolphins. Good job. You went 4-13. They sure did. The Bengals are a threat facing them. Yeah. But again, like, the Broncos could be a bit of a threat too. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you beat the Broncos, then you're guaranteeing you won't see the Broncos. And yeah, you risk seeing Joe Burrow, but you also potentially let the Dolphins in, which, like, every playoff team on the planet would love to play the Dolphins in the playoffs. Like, the Dolphins getting into the playoffs is a disaster for neutral fans. All right, Tyler Huntley rolling around in the back. Eventually just decides to run for it. Picks up about 5 or 6 yards. Longhorns play Ohio State next. Well, go Texas. You went 5-12, blah, 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 blah. Raiders are up 3-0. Okay. We won more games. I'm still talking shit. Okay. And I am officially caught up with comments. Let's go. Mostly just because I'm not going to, like, just read every single trash talking comment that Mikey and Richard have. I like the trash talk, though. All right, Dolphins. Oh, my God. Big run by Achane, and he might be gone. Yeah, he's gone. Man, well, maybe not. Yeah, okay, the Jets stop him at, like, the 3-yard line. But that was still, like, an 80-yard run, though. Boy, oh, boy. Yeah, we ain't making the playoffs, y'all. I can tell you that. I can tell you that right now. If I had no integrity, I would change my predictions because this is bad so far. The one thing the Jets had going for them was their defense, and their defense just broke. But it's like I said, it's our own fault. You know, Tanner Hudson should have fumbled against the Patriots. Dejon Anthony should have had a little bit more sense against the Chiefs. Joe Burrow shouldn't have fumbled against the Steelers. You know, Evan McPherson shouldn't have missed that kick against the Ravens, right? I mean, so many games this year that we could have, you know, yesterday could have been winning in against the Steelers. In fact, it probably wouldn't have been yesterday. It probably would have been like, we'd actually probably be doing the game right now at 4:30 p.m. on Sunday instead of yesterday at 8. Well, I don't know, maybe yesterday at 8 p.m. You know, like basically prime time on Saturday. Bengals Steelers, that might have actually been the case. Bengals, yesterday would have been winning in if you had won any of those other games. But instead, you're worrying about like one of the worst performances I've ever seen from anybody wearing a Chiefs uniform. And the fucking Jets. Hey, maybe the Jets defense can still hold them to a field goal here, though. And simultaneously, you have a Jets player and a Chiefs player who are going off the field with injuries. Boy, hope they're okay. Chargers are playing starters. Yeah, that sounds like the Chargers. Ugh, the Junks. Broncos lost to the Chiefs on a blocked field goal. Oh, is that right? Oh, yeah, I guess, yeah. Okay, I was looking at the wrong thing there. But they also brought him close. You know, they only let Patrick Mahomes score 16 points. So, like, I don't think the Chiefs want to see the Broncos in the playoffs, is what I'm saying. I think they'd much rather let the Dolphins in. Then they probably would never see the Dolphins, but... All right, Jets do a good job there of stopping the Dolphins for about a 4 or 5 yard loss there. I mean, you know, they're still easily going to get a field goal, but... They should put out their backups, but then again, they did that in 2020, and a player got injured. Who did that in 2020? What, the Chiefs? Or the Chargers, or what? Oh, boy. Broncos get a 5-yard run on 2nd and 6. It's going to be 3rd and 1. The Bengals season is over next season, though. Yeah, well, I mean, not necessarily. You know, I mean, it's still the first quarter in both of these games. So, I mean, like, you never know. The Broncos are known for choking. Actually, the Broncos are known for choking, and the Dolphins are bad. So, you know, if the Jets can hold them to a field goal here, then I mean, I wouldn't say that game's over either. I think out of these two teams, though, like I said, I would rather, if I had to pick only one of these games to go the way I want, I really want the Dolphins to lose. You know. Well, there you go. The Jets the Jets do actually hold the Dolphins to a field goal there, so that's good. Did a good job of tackling people in the backfield. Would have been nice if they had done that on that big fucking 80-yard run. Man, Bo Nix out here having a hell of a fucking game. Again, playing the Chiefs' fucking like JV squad, but god damn. Not looking good so far for the Chiefs at all. Looking a little bit better for the Jets, which, like I said, if only one of these teams is gonna win, I'd rather the Jets win than the Chiefs, because like I don't really like I think the Bengals deserve. If the Bengals do make the playoffs, the Bengals like deserve. Basically, what I'm saying is the Bengals deserve whatever they get. If they do make the playoffs, they deserve that because they fought hard at the end of the year. But if they don't make the playoffs, they deserve that too. Field goal's good for the Jets, by the way. Or I'm for the fucking Jets. Wishful thinking, huh? For the Dolphins, field goal's good. So, you know, the Bengals deserve whatever they get. If they don't make the playoffs, it's their own fucking fault. If they do make the playoffs, then good on them for finishing the season strong, you know? But out of these two teams, you know, if the Chiefs' backups aren't going to get the job done, I just really hope that the... well, I guess it doesn't matter then. The Dolphins game doesn't matter if the Broncos win, right? So... But yeah, I would if I had to pick one of these two teams to win, I'd much rather the Broncos win than the Dolphins, because you know, like they'd be the worst case scenario if the Broncos lose but the Dolphins win, and then you get the Dolphins in the playoffs. Like, good God. And I'm gonna be streaming not every single playoff game, obviously. I'll be streaming some of the playoff games. Whichever one the Dolphins are in, though, I ain't streaming that game. Look, I just need the Raiders to win. Who are the Raiders playing? The Chargers. Why do you... Oh, probably for draft position, right? Okay. Rooting for Denver, like you said, Kyle. Well, it seems to be working out in your favor, Mikey. But I appreciate the thought process. And the Finns. Well... Maybe it's the intent. Maybe it's the intent, because you said you'd root for them for me, but because of that, your actual intention is to sabotage those teams, and so maybe it's backfiring on you. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe you should just stay... Well, fuck. Maybe you should just stay out of it. Shit. This is worse than the 2012 cheats. I don't remember what happened in 2012. 1st and 10, Bo Nix is going to throw it to 45, and it's going to be about a 9-yard gain. 8 or 9. 8.5 maybe. Chargers tied 3-3. Yep. The killing blow was the Chargers on Sunday Night Football. Yeah, kind of. The Raiders need to beat the Chargers to save Tree's sanity. Why? What do the Chargers have to do with Tree? What? I don't quite understand the reference there. But I mean, I haven't watched every single Tree thing, so maybe he said something and I didn't hear it or something. 2nd and 2 for the Broncos. It's gonna be a handoff, and the Chiefs, can't stop him. He picks up a 1st down. The Cheats had 2 wins. 2012, the Cheats had 2 wins. Well, they probably weren't cheating very much that year. I am rooting for cheating, though. Well, come on. Let's get that Chiefs black magic going. Come on. Jets, sacrifice something to Odin. Like, pay off the refs. I don't give a shit. I just want to, let's see some cheating. Let's see some, fucking bending the rules, pay off the refs, do I need to get my Venmo out? I don't give a shit. Let's get that B-dub remote, right? All right, come on, Rodgers. Shotgun snap. Or, I'm sorry, not the shotgun snap. But anyway, he's going to throw it to number 0 there. And he picks up about 5 yards, so that's not too bad. Ideally, both these teams lose. But, you know, if they're not going to lose, I just hope that the Broncos are the ones who end up making it. Right? I'd much rather the Broncos get in than the Dolphins. All right. 2nd and 5. Rodgers going to throw and fucking dropped. Jesus God almighty. All right. Bo Nix is going to throw it short, and that is stopped pretty well by the Chiefs there for about a 3-ish yard gain. So it's going to be 3rd and 4. Maybe he can get off the field here. And maybe Carson Wentz can actually do something with his life. And it's 3rd and 5 for the Jets. So, kind of very parallel things going on here. All right, 3rd and 5. Come on, Rodgers. Come on, Rodgers. He's calling something out, doing some sort of audible. Running out of time here. Going to take the snap. Bo Nix throws for a 1st down, and Aaron Rodgers also throws for a 1st down. Oh, no, he doesn't. It's dropped. Fuck. There's a flag on the Broncos game, though. So the Jets are going to have to punt. The Broncos, let's see what happens here. Looks like it's against the Broncos, though, so that's good news. Pass interference on the offense. Is the offense on that side? Pass interference on the Broncos, and they're going to replay 3rd down, right? Or it's going to be 3rd down. Is that what that was? Oh, yeah, that was an illegal pick play. Yeah, you can't do that. Not allowed to do that. All right, well, that's somewhat good news. The Jets false started on their own fucking punt. God, they are a disaster. God, how do Jets fans watch this? This is terrible. Oh, I got to update the quarter. Yeah, thanks, Mikey. It's part of my charm. I also got to update the both quarters, actually. All right, so it's going to be on 3rd and 14, and oh my God, the Chiefs just do not fucking stop them from getting the 1st down. Are you kidding me? Jets punt the ball away, and the Chiefs fucking collapse yet again. That actually might not be a 1st down, actually. I think that the ball might have gone out. The ball might have not been across the marker when his foot tapped out. I think that actually might be a little short. That actually might be a little short. That might be 4th down for the Broncos. And it is looking like they're going to go for it, which, honestly, fucking might as well. It's not like the Chiefs are going to stop you. And even if you do, it's not like their offense is going to do anything. Honestly, at this point, just, pull out all the stops. Or, no, they're still looking at the play. Okay. So, the Broncos are basically... The Broncos are expecting to be on the field. So, who knows whether they would go for it or not. I think they would, though, because... where would they be? Let's see. They would be roughly about the... Well, shit, they almost might take a field goal here. They'd be at, the 37-yard line. Which that's probably close enough for a field goal. Be a longer field goal, but if you're up 14-0, I don't know. I'd just take the points, but you could risk it if you want, but this could also give the Chiefs some momentum too. So, but then again, in a game where the Chiefs clearly aren't trying that hard, maybe you just fucking go for it anyway, just see what happens. The Steelers would get to play at the extremely fraudulent Texans rather than the Ravens. There's a timeout. The Broncos are taking a timeout, so maybe they are going to take the field goal. Then the Steelers would get to play at the extremely fraudulent Texans rather than the Ravens. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, the Raiders need to beat the Chargers. Oh! Okay. Well, the Raiders are winning right now, so... Mikey's rooting for the... I don't know. I still think the Texans will beat the Steelers, to be honest with you. Pay off Goodell if necessary. Yeah, I agree. Whatever we got to do. Whatever we got to do to get the Chiefs a win and the Jets a win. I don't give a shit. Right now, it's looking like it's going to take a lot because both of these teams are fucking trash. Good God. Update quarter of the Jets Fins. Already did. You hear about the New Orleans tragedy? I did. Lots of alcohol involved when watching Jets games. Yeah, you'd have to. Denver showing no respect for the KC second string defense. Sure aren't. Fuck the Steelers. I agree, Mikey. They're bad people. That's what you get for trusting them, honestly. Bo Nix is going to quarterback sneak, and he easily got it. It wasn't even close. Fucking shit. At this point, why should they? No, you're right. You're right. Fucking pour it on pour it on, whatever, I guess. All right. It's going to be a pitch in the backfield. There you go. Great job by the Jets to take him down in the backfield there. So the Jets' defense is, trying to give the Jets a shot to take this game. It's just the Jets' offense is so awful. All right, come on. Let's get a fumble for the Dolphins. Or not for the Dolphins too, I guess. Let's get like a fumble for the Broncos though. Come on, Bo Nix, throw a Bo picks. Throw a Bo pick 6. And he's going to throw, and that's caught because there's nobody even fucking covering the running back there, and he picks up a first down. Maybe the Chiefs really are throwing the game. Maybe they're that scared of Joe Burrow. Maybe that's what it is. Whatever, I would be too. 2nd and 19 for the Dolphins. Going to be a handoff, and the Jets don't give him any yards there. That's good news. So it's going to be 3rd and 19 now. Yeah, I think the Chiefs just have no fucking pride at all. I think they just I think they're scared of Joe Burrow, so they're throwing the game. That's probably what's going on here, honestly. It's kind of pathetic, but they're on the hunt for a three-peat, and they don't care what kind of black magic they have to do to get there. 3rd and 18 for the Dolphins. Huntley's going to roll back, and he's got a lot of pressure in his face. He's going to dump it off, and about a 12-yard pickup there by Smith, but it's going to be nowhere near enough for a first down, so the Dolphins are going to have to punt. And come on, Rodgers. Come on. I know you're in there somewhere. I know you are alive in there somewhere. Like Aaron Rodgers didn't just, explode, right? Like we've seen flashes of the old Aaron Rodgers here from time to time. And he fucking took the Dolphins to overtime last time he played him. So, come on. Let's just fucking get it. Let's get something done here, Aaron. Show us why you're going to make the Hall of Fame one day. Handoff for the Broncos, about a 5-yard pickup. All right. From the 10-yard line, the Jets are going to return it down to about the 21 before he is tackled. That's Gibson with the run. With the return. Aaron Rodgers coming back out onto the field. And, well, that sure would be nice if he could suddenly turn back into a fucking... right now he's a pumpkin. Which is weird. Well, no, because Aaron Rodgers is... I don't know how you would put that. But, turn back into the old Aaron Rodgers. That's what I want. All right. Broncos dump it off on a screen pass. And I don't think they quite got the first down there. But it's going to be 3rd and 1, so... Chiefs are probably going to let them have it because they don't give a shit. They have no pride. Absolutely fucking horrendous performance all around. Like NFL teams got to be watching this and, thank God they're on the fucking Chiefs as backups, right? Because, I don't think another NFL team would want to hire these players. They're so bad, dude. Bo Nix is going to quarterback sneak and he gets it. Easy. Chiefs backups trying to be like, no, he's fucking short. No, he's not. You guys suck. God, the Chiefs. It's so infuriating because the Chiefs aren't actually any good. Have you ever noticed the Chiefs obviously they are good. They win a bunch of games and stuff. But when's the last time the Chiefs really won a game in super impressive fashion? I think they beat the Steelers pretty impressively. But, for the most part, most of these Chiefs games, the Chiefs don't perform all that well. They just find ways to win. Bo Nix going to throw that one short, and that's about a 5-6 yard pickup. Yeah, dude. Like the Chiefs are the worst fucking dynasty I've ever seen. Like the Patriots used to fucking dominate people constantly, and I cannot tell you the last time the Chiefs were truly dominant for like an extended stretch of time. Now I know the Patriots had their down years too. I'm not saying the Patriots always dominated everybody, but I can't tell you the last time that the Chiefs went through a dominant stretch. I know it's happened, but I can't remember the last time. 2nd and 5. Bo Nix going to hand the ball off and just plows through the fucking Chiefs line. God, they suck. They just really suck. Like, and I know this is the backups, and I know the starters are better, and the starters would be playing better in this game, but the starters might be fucking losing too. And that's what I'm saying. Like, they're going to let the Broncos in the playoffs, and then the fucking Broncos are probably going to beat them, on the way to wherever they're going. Can you imagine the Broncos in the fucking Super Bowl, dude? Oh no! Holy fucking shit. The fucking Chiefs deflected the ball and almost intercepted it and then couldn't hold on to it, so flew up into the air, and then Vele came down with it for the fucking Broncos touchdown. Holy shit. This could not be more embarrassing if you're a member of the Chiefs B team. Absolutely fucking pathetic. Rams need to lose so the Bucks can get their 3 seed. Okay. 2nd and 2. Aaron Rodgers fakes the handoff. He's going to roll around. He's going to throw it up. And there you go. There's a fucking throw to Devontae Adams that did something. What do you know? Aaron Rodgers has some sort of life in him after all. If the Steelers play the Texans, I'll be rooting for Pittsburgh. Why? I don't... Why, though? Like, do you have something against the Texans? I don't know what that has to do with you at all, Mikey. All right, kick is up. Broncos take a 21-0 lead. Man, it sure would be a fucking all-time type of collapse for them to lose this one, wouldn't it? You wonder. Man. I mean, the Broncos have had some choke jobs, but, I mean, this would be legendary if they choked this game, gotta say. That's that new worst game from Brandon Perna. That would have hit. That might get him like, that might get him over 1 million views, honestly. That'd be crazy. Probably not going to happen, but that'd be crazy. You have to call him Mo Picks? Oh. Will that help them lose? If that'll help them lose, I'll start calling them that. The only time an NFL team should take its foot off the gas is when it's putting it on the opponent's neck. I kind of agree with that. All right, Rodgers having a pretty good drive here. Throws for another first down there to Allen Lazard. There you go. Maybe they can get in the end zone here and give the Jets some life. Sooners girls beat Tennessee. There you go. I as a Kentucky fan, I don't like Tennessee, so that's good. Have zero opinion about the Sooners. His career is over. Why bother trying? What, Rodgers? Because he wants to go out a winner. Because these guys are competitive. That's why. Basketball jersey? Yeah, I'll explain that here in a second, John. It's going to be a handoff from the Jets, and that's probably the best run of the night, and it's for 4 yards. Basketball jersey. It's the Sonics jersey. The reason is because I don't own a Jets jersey, and I don't own a Chiefs jersey. And wearing the Bengals jersey just seems like kind of bad. I don't know. If like, I don't know. Maybe if I need to like switch up the luck or something, maybe I'll change it to that. Because maybe the Sonics jersey's kind of cursed. I don't know. Rodgers gonna throw it up, and that is we got it near Devontae Adams, but that was into double coverage, and I don't think there was much of a chance there. It's gonna be 3rd and 6 now. Come on, Rodgers. So the reason I'm wearing this one, though, is because I don't own a Jets jersey. I don't own a Chiefs jersey. I would never own a Chiefs jersey unless it was, like, for content-related reasons. But this is the closest thing I have to, like, a team jersey that represents both the Jets and the Chiefs well. So you got the Chiefs, the highlights here are, yellow and red for, like, the Chiefs. And then the green here is for the Jets. So those are the teams I'm rooting for, trying to be as useful as I can. 3rd and 6 for the Jets, and I think that was offsides on the Dolphins, but the refs aren't fucking calling it, whatever. And nice job there by number 5 to juke the Dolphins guy out of the way and ends up getting about 15 yards there. Garrett Wilson picks up a first down, got the Jets down to the 5-yard line now. They're knocking on the door. Yeah, nice juke there to just like... I think it was the other number 5. Is that Jalen Ramsey? I think it is Jalen Ramsey. He just fucking put Jalen Ramsey on blast there. And Jalen Ramsey fucking took his fanny pack off. It's funny. All right, 1st and goal for the Jets. Maybe they can score here. Work texted me because of snow. They're expecting a slow day tomorrow. Might not have to go in tomorrow. It's pretty cool, John. Aaron Rodgers gets the touchdown. Let's go. And that's, was that Tyler Conklin? I think that's Tyler Conklin who got it in. So the Jets get on the board, and that's good news. Now, I mean, obviously the other game isn't going so well, but, man. But I put 7. 6. 6-6 right now, pending the extra point. Chiefs are 2nd and 9 right now. So I guess first down didn't go so well for them. Kick is up, and that's good. So the Jets take the lead. 7-6. Good news. All right, and that's going to be another run by the Chiefs, and that's going to be about a 4-yard pickup, so it's going to be 3rd and 5. So maybe they can do something here. Man, they really got to get some fucking points. Like, if there's going to be any chance of like them coming back in this game or something, you know, they got to do it here. You know, it's got to basically start here because you can't go into the half down 21-0. Like, man. The Donkeys, yeah, dude, the fucking Broncos are, you know, the Broncos want to go to the playoffs. That's what's happening right now. Have to see this play. What play? I'm watching both games. 3rd and 5 for the Chiefs. Carson Wentz rolls back, and he's going to evade a little bit of pressure. He's going to throw it, and that is caught. Nice job. That's a strike from Carson Wentz to 81 Ramigo, apparently. I'm going to be pissed about what? This must have been earlier. Oh, yeah, it's way earlier. That play kind of sums up the day so far. I don't know what play y'all are talking about, but Carson Wentz has something in common with Zach Morris. Trash. I guess. Gerard Mayo got fired? Interesting. I didn't think they'd do it that quickly. I did say, though, when Mayo got hired, I figured he was like a sacrificial lamb type. Like, you know, he was just a guy. He was a, you know, longtime Patriot who they wanted to, you know, get his career started. It's going to be a dump off to Noah Gray, and he goes nowhere with that. But yeah, I didn't think Gerard Mayo was going to last at all. I figured he was like a sacrificial lamb for the Patriots rebuild. I figured they might give him another year or two, though, because, like, that's kind of surprising. He must be really unpopular with, like, the Patriots locker room or something. What's your personal feelings towards Sean Payton? I don't know if I have too many personal feelings towards Sean Payton. I think he's a good coach. Like, I think he's technically a good coach. Like, he's got the thing down. But I also think he's cocky and gets himself in trouble a lot with his cockiness. All right, 2nd and 9. Carson Wentz rolls back. He's going to throw, and that is way too fucking short for a wide goddamn open number 81. And Jesus fucking Christ. Like, you know, the Chiefs get a little bit of life, and Carson Wentz is just fucking trash, guys. Like, Carson Wentz, like, might not be in the NFL much longer if this is the way that he fucking looks. Like, he's terrible. You hate the Rams, too? Fair enough. That's the Christmas present to the Broncos from the KC Chiefs. If Houston wins a Super Bowl, then Diggs gets a ring. Oh, yeah, because of the... Yeah. It's fair enough. Because of the Vikings, right? Carson Wentz is going to throw, and it's caught. But, again, they're throwing short of the line, and I don't know what the hell they're doing here. So it's going to be 4th down now. Are they in, like, field goal range or something? I don't think they are. 4th and 4 now. I mean, honestly, like, if you're not in field goal range, you have to go for it. You're down 21-0, and the third quarter's almost over. Like, even if you are in field goal range, you might go for it. And it looks like they probably are. I mean, like, you have to at this point. That's how bad this game's going. Guess that's why they're backups, because of plays like that. Yeah, they're horrible, dude. Yeah, they're in field goal range, really, from they're the 36, but they're going to go for it. Carson Wentz throws. Samaje Perine. There you go. Samaje Perine picks up the first down, and a little bit more after that. There you go. Just keep throwing the ball to Samaje Perine. We know he's good. Nobody else on the fucking Chiefs B squad is good, but we know Samaje Perine's good. Orange. Kitty goes behind orange. Broncos are orange. Well, they're blue, but yeah, they're secondary color orange. Tyler Huntley's got all day to fucking throw in the backfield there. And he eventually is going to throw, and good God. That was a breakdown of the Jets' defense there. Like a 30-yard pass. Your logic makes sense, red and green. Yeah. Well, okay, this is yellow, first of all. It's not orange. This is yellow for the Chiefs yellow. The Bengals' primary color is orange. The Broncos' secondary color is orange, so that's the difference. It's going to be 2nd and 9 for the Chiefs. Mayo got fired. Honestly, good riddance. Retard cost us the first overall. I guess. I don't know. Did the Jets just intercept Tyler Huntley? Hell yeah. Let's go. The Dolphins were driving, but the Jets got the interception. Let's go. Perine out there laughing. Not a good look down 21. Well, they know the game's pretty meaningless, right? So I think, Perine had a good run, too. Like, it's not Perine's fault they're losing. Great interception there by the Jets. The tippy touchdown was the play that kind of sums up the day so far. Yeah, that was the stupidest fucking play. I hated that. Was that the one y'all were talking about earlier? Yeah, that was a dumb play. I hated that one. You appreciate... Well, yeah, he won y'all a ring. Well, he didn't win y'all a ring. Drew Brees won y'all a ring, and Sean Payton... Like, honestly, I think the Saints won a Super Bowl in spite of Sean Payton. And I think Sean Payton, got y'all in trouble with, Bountygate, and other than that, didn't really... I think Sean Payton was an overrated-ass coach for the Saints, honestly. I think he got drug along by Drew Brees, but I don't think Sean Payton was ever really, that great, We're going to hand off to 32 there, and he picks up about 9 yards, so that's a good play for Davis. Was that Carlton? Not Carlton Davis. Who am I thinking of? Isaiah Davis. Rookie running back out of South Dakota State. Caused my first trauma? Yeah. I figured that's what you were referencing, Mikey. 2nd and 1 from the 19.5-yard line. Come on, Jets. Get some points. Aaron Rodgers is going to throw a screen, and what the fuck? What? What the hell was Garrett Wilson doing there? I don't understand. He could have gotten the first down, but he decided to try to backtrack and ended up slipping, and ended up taking a half-yard loss. But he had the first down. What are you doing? Good God, are they trying to throw the game? Well, the running back clearly isn't. He picks up a first down. Allen, number 0. Braylon Allen picks up a first down. There you go. Good job. Ravens don't need the Broncos to win. That's how you handle business. What do the Ravens have to do with anything? Who cares about the Ravens right now? Who dat 318? Finns are a joke. Kind of are. The Jets are kind of a joke too, though. So that's the concern. 2nd and 9 now. Carson Wentz is going to roll back, and he manages to get out to the left, and he gets fucking sacked. It really looks like they're just fucking throwing the game, honestly. They're so bad. They're so bad. God forbid if Patrick Mahomes ever gets hurt. God, this is pathetic. This is honestly really pathetic by the Chiefs backups. Man, you'd think they'd have a modicum of pride, but they clearly... I don't think half these guys even deserve to be in the NFL. Patrick Mahomes is out there rooting for his guys, so I don't even think they're throwing the game. I think they just suck. honestly. Devontae Adams picks up a first down for the Jets. That's good. 3rd and 13 now for the Chiefs, though. Yeah, I don't think they're throwing the game because Patrick Mahomes is out there like getting pissed about like the refs not helping out the Chiefs or something like that. Man, I think the Chiefs want to win. I just don't think they're capable. Dolphins also have orange. Yeah, as their, again, secondary color. He won games with Taysom Hill. I will love Peyton till the death of me. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, what did he really do though? Like I said, he got dragged to 1 Super Bowl by Drew Brees, and other than that, I feel like he mostly got in y'all's way. 3rd and 13, Carson Wentz rolls back, he throws, and that is caught, but it's going to be well behind the first down marker. There's a flag on the play, and hopefully on first false start by the Chiefs. So hey, they get to replay 3rd down at least. Can you throw fucking beyond the fucking first down marker, please? Like, this is just pathetic, honestly. This is pathetic. Aaron Rodgers takes the shotgun snap. He's going to throw, and that is well overthrown for Devontae Adams. What the... I don't even know where the hell he was going with that. Different shades, more of a peach color, sunset effect. Sunset's color. Yeah, I think that's what they're going for. Fins are a joke because Chris Greer. I think they're a joke for a lot of reasons, not just because of Greer, but that's part of it for sure. The Jets have woken up. I don't know about woken up, but they're definitely not horrendous anymore. Carson Wentz is just fucking flailing around in the backfield there and gets out of fucking 4 or 5 sacks and still gets sacked. Jesus. God, I cannot imagine a more pathetic showing by a fucking team than this shit. This looks like a college team trying to play against an NFL team. That's how bad it is. The Jets are still throwing behind the line of scrimmage on fucking 3rd down, and now it's 4th down. Bad. Ravens are irrelevant anywhere. I don't know about that. They're pretty good. Well, the Chiefs are going to get a field goal attempt here. 51 yards, and that is up, and he fucking whiffed it. Yeah, we ain't going to the playoffs, y'all. This is... God, the Chiefs' fucking backups are so bad. And that was Harrison Butker, too. But either way, this is pathetic. This, like, good God. They should be ashamed, honestly. They should be absolutely fucking ashamed. Aaron Rodgers gets sacked on 4th and 5. Why were they going for it? Why would you go for it when you have the lead and you're fucking... Why would you give the Dolphins any fucking advantage, man? During the regular season, but trash during the playoffs. Lamar's a playoff choke artist. I will say, though, the way the Chiefs are playing right now, this Dolphins game is pretty fucking irrelevant. Like, honestly, why bother even watching? Because, the Chiefs are pathetic. Like truly pathetic. Like, it's honestly a shame that this team is, the fucking number 1 seed and, their starters are so much better than their backups. It's honestly kind of a shame because... these fucking dudes playing as the Chiefs backups are, potentially going to get a ring this year, and literally not a single one of them deserves it. This is horrible. This is the worst fucking performance I think I've seen in a while. From a whole team. Not from... I've seen, obviously DTR the other day was a horrendous quarterback performance that I can't think of one that I've seen that was worse than that. I've seen some individually, really bad performances from certain Bengals players over the years. But, as a whole team effort, this Chiefs team, this Chiefs backup squad looks like a college team playing an NFL team. It's bad. It's really bad. Doesn't Mahomes have a brother? Yeah, piece of shit, obnoxious brother. Mahomes looked near a conniption on the sideline. Yeah, because... he thinks he can yell at the refs and they'll fucking make calls for him. And they usually will. So that's probably why he's mad. He's like, I thought you really had my back. I understand, but Peyton was about business. Dennis was about family. Well, sure. Yeah, he's better than Dennis Allen. I'm not, obviously Sean Payton was better than Dennis Allen. Y'all have had some bad coaches over the years. I'm just saying, people acted like Sean Payton was a Hall of Fame coach with the, fucking with the Saints, and I don't think he was. I think he was like a Mike McCarthy, right? Won a fucking Super Bowl, but frankly was dragged there by a Hall of Fame quarterback. Dolphins' primary color aqua blue. Yeah, like a teal or something like that. Bo Nix going to roll back, and he just... Oh, my God. He's going to run down to the 40, down to the 30, and then he's going to fucking lateral it to... Oh, my God. That's like a fucking 50-yard play. The Chiefs' backups are just pathetic, dude. Like, this is horrendous. Like, my God. Man. How bad can you be? He was 5-0 with Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater's not a bad quarterback, Mikey. Teddy Bridgewater's a pretty good quarterback. Like, he could have been a franchise quarterback in Minnesota if he hadn't gotten hurt. You know, wasn't he like, he was drafted in the first round. Oh my God, the Jets defense is fucking collapsing. College team would show more class than this side. Dude, the Chiefs and class do not enter the conversation together. The Chiefs have no fucking class. They never have. They're fucking whiny bitches when things don't go their way, and they're sore losers when things do go their way. Yeah, the Chiefs have never had any class. They never will. And then if you're talking about the performance of the backups, like, this is, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. A college team would probably show more grace in how bad they are. Well, the Jets had a good play there on the pitch, so that's good. Don't diss college teams like that. Yeah. Well, okay, so like think about the Bills, right? Playing against like Appalachian State. That's about what this game looks like. That's how bad this fucking game is. Although actually that's not probably true. Probably Appalachian State would be losing by more by now. But it's that kind of vibe is what I'm talking about. Like clearly this like the players on the fucking Chiefs just aren't even in the same fucking weight class as the players on the Broncos, right? The ones on the field anyway, obviously. That's why they're backups. No, John, that's not the case. Like, you know, it's not, first of all, it's not every single player is a backup. A lot of the stars are out. But there's plenty of backups in the NFL that can compete. Like, you know, like remember when Jake Browning almost led the Bengals to the playoffs last year? Fucking Carson Wentz is out here looking like Nathan Peterman. He hasn't thrown an interception yet, to be fair. But down 21 fucking nothing. Like, you know, maybe take a few more fucking shots, honestly. Like, you know, they're playing really fucking soft right now. Like, he's like, oh, I better not take a chance of throwing an interception. But like the way they're fucking playing right now, like, you know, take some risks out there. Good God. Turn the lights out. The party's over. For the Bengals, yeah, probably. I mean, you know, there's still a pretty good chance here, I think, of the Jets pulling it off. Which, like I said, if the Bengals don't make the playoffs, I would rather the Broncos make it than the Dolphins. So I guess, like, you know, it's not the fucking worst case scenario if this is what happens. You know, like, trusting the Chiefs is probably a bad idea anyway for just about fucking anything. Like, it seems like this is always the case. Whenever I want the Chiefs to win, they lose. But whenever I want the Chiefs to lose, they pretty much always win. So, and like in like the stupidest fucking like whiniest ass fashion too. If the Chiefs were going for undefeated season, would they still bench the starters? Probably, yeah. Like most NFL teams, I don't think care that much about an undefeated season. Like Bill Belichick didn't do it. Bill Belichick didn't do it, but let's see, 1st and 10. Bo Nix rolling around, and good God, he just escapes all the fucking pressure. Down to the 20, 15, 10, down to the 7-yard line. He runs out of bounds. There's a flag on the play. Maybe we get like holding. That'd be nice. Yeah, it is on the Broncos, whatever it was. It was holding. Cool. Hell yeah. Like I said, refs. Y'all love fucking giving the Chiefs the fucking all the flags and shit, right? We'll go ahead and do that now. You know, if there was ever a time for the refs to take over a game, this would be the one. This would be the one. Come on, refs. Let's go. Refs, 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 refs. I'd much rather root for the refs than the Chiefs. I can tell you that right now. Give Mahomes a tech, get him out of here. I don't think they have techs in football, but all right. Broncos have something to play for today. They do. They do. The Chiefs don't have a lot to play for, but they do have pride on the line. And, you know, a lot of these NFL players are kind of like, they operate off of pride. So, 1st and 20 after that, and Bo Nix fucking just picks up a first down anyway. Yeah, a lot of these guys operate off of pride. And they also, like, you know, you're a professional. You're out there fucking playing. And this is tape that people are going to watch on you, honestly. Like, when it comes time to, like, negotiate contracts and shit, like, this kind of tape is going to lose you money in the NFL. Well, the Jets appear to have recovered a fumble, I think. They're happy about it, so it appears to be that they were... I wasn't sure who was on offense. It was 3rd and 12, so it looks like Tyler Huntley must have fumbled or something. Jets recover the fumble, so that's good news. Just saying I'm grateful for greatness. Well, I don't think... But Sean Payton wasn't great, though, is what I'm saying. Like, yeah, Tyler Huntley fumbled. Otherwise, it would have been a huge sack and it would have been 4th down. So the Jets were about to get the ball anyway, but now it's like they got the ball and a pretty good field position too. Could have returned that for a touchdown, but just didn't have the heads-up play to do it. But look, I'm just saying, what I'm saying is I don't think Sean Payton was all that great. Drew Brees was great. Be grateful for, you know, the era that you had. But it's like me trying to argue that Zach Taylor is a great coach, right? I think he could be. I think he's got the potential. But, you know, there's been too many times he's held us back. And I feel like, you know, Sean Payton's the kind of guy, he seems like he got, like, the best. All right, so the Broncos are going for a field goal here on 2nd and 10. With 6 seconds left, and that field goal is good. So the Broncos take a 24-0 lead. Wouldn't it just be fucking something if the Broncos blew this lead? What if the Broncos blew this lead? Wouldn't that be crazy? We got 3 seconds left, so we're probably about headed into halftime for that game. Dolphins game still has minute 47 left, and Aaron Rodgers has the ball on 1st and 10. It's going to be a handoff to Breece Hall, who does a great job of plowing through a bunch of different guys there. Picks up a first down. There you go. Hey, man, I'm just saying crazier things have happened. You know, it'd be really wild for a backup squad to come back, but crazier things have happened. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, shotgun snap, rolls back. He's going to look around, and he throws, and that is caught for another first down. There you go. Starting to look a little bit like the Aaron Rodgers of old here. Starting to find, you know, his guys and making things happen. The Chiefs are going to attempt to return this kickoff here, and they do not. So that's going to be halftime for that particular game. And what a fucking disaster. Well, like I said, I'd rather the Broncos make it than the Dolphins, and if we don't make it, it's kind of our own fucking fault. So, well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? That was a forward pass, not a lateral. I thought so, stranger. I thought so, but, I mean, he definitely kind of threw it backwards, but the ball ended up going forwards, so kind of worth pointing out. Went sideways, but it's close, yeah. Are the Bengals' chances dwindling? Yeah. I mean, you know, things are going a little bit better in this Dolphins game, but, you know, the Chiefs are going to need, like, a miracle comeback at this point to win, and I just don't think that their backups are capable of that. They're so bad. Like, it would be an all-time fucking comeback, and an all-time choke job by the Broncos, which is why I do still have a little bit of hope, because the Broncos are, like, have been kind of in a choke artist era for a long time now. And I mean that, you know, look at fucking That's Good Sports. Look how popular some of his videos are. And a lot of it has to do with how, like, embarrassingly bad the Broncos are with choking. Like ever since they won the Super Bowl, they've just been permanent choke artists. There you go. Aaron Rodgers throws a touchdown, and the Jets even increase their lead to currently 7, but hopefully 8 pending an extra point. There you go. Good to see. Yeah. Good to see there. It's 13, by the way, not 14. I'm right about them being up 7 right now, but in my brain, the math didn't actually happen correctly. But the Jets are going for 2 here, interestingly enough. Might as well, right? You're up 7. Like, the difference between being up 9 and being up 8 is pretty substantial. But the difference between being up 7 and being up 8 isn't that substantial, especially, in the second quarter. We're about to go to halftime, but, later in the game, the difference between being up 7 and being up 8 does matter. But right now, I wouldn't say it does. All right. Come on, Rodgers. Let's get in the end zone here. Like I said, not that this is going to matter because it's looking like the Broncos are going to run away with their game. The Jets do get in the fucking end zone, though. So, but yeah, the Broncos are probably going to run away with their game, so it's not like this Jets game matters. But crazier things have happened. So if crazy things do happen, we need the Jets to do us a favor. Still gotta, until the Chiefs game is over, we still gotta, keep rooting for the Jets. If the Broncos game ends first, which at this rate it will, so we'll probably know whether or not the Dolphins matter. But damn, that would suck. That would suck a little bit if the Bengals lost. If the Bengals missed the playoffs, despite how strongly they finished the season, that would suck. But you know what I'm going to be most mad about? I'm not going to be most mad about the fact that the Chiefs look like they threw the game, or that the whatever didn't work out in my favor in the crazy ass odds of Week 18. No, I'm going to be pissed that the Bengals lost to the Patriots in Week 1. I'm going to be pissed that Joe Burrow fumbled against the fucking Steelers, in Week 11 or something, I forget. I'm going to be pissed that Evan McPherson missed 2 field goals against the Ravens, right? That's the stuff I'm going to be pissed about. It's the results of this crazy Week 18 shit. This is fun, but if it doesn't work out in my favor, it's that's not what I'm mad about, but whatever. There's always next year, and they seem to have kind of gotten their heads back on straight. And I think Lou Anarumo and Zach Taylor both saved their jobs by beating the Steelers. So hopefully they can carry that momentum into next year. Although, speaking of momentum, the Jets are giving up a huge kickoff return here down to the 25-yard line. So the Dolphins are probably at least going to get a field goal going into the halftime, though. Did you see the teams we beat with Teddy? No. I don't even remember what year that was, Mikey. I don't pay that much attention to the Saints. It went forward of the release point. Did it, though? It looked like maybe it didn't. But it was really close. It was really hard to say. Refs to Mahomes. You only get calls when you're playing in the game. Mahomes is a fan today. Yeah. Wentz, number 2 overall pick. Yep, he sure was. Now look at him. This is the stuff like that is why I think tanking is fucking ridiculous. Honestly, the Chiefs. I'm sorry, not the Chiefs. The Eagles drafted Wentz, number 2 overall. Went on to win a Super Bowl and then play in another Super Bowl, and none of it was with Carson Wentz. So it clearly wasn't an issue of the Eagles, like Carson Wentz being bad because the Eagles were bad. No, Carson Wentz just sucks. This is why tanking is stupid, because you think you know how good these players are, but there's dudes who are busts all the time who are high valuable draft picks. That's why tanking is stupid. That's why Mikey, you being I hope we lose so we get a better draft pick. When the season's so bad, I guess whatever. But like Bengals fans rooting for the Bengals to just tank at the end of this year instead of going on a 5-game win streak and having some pride. That's stupid, because it's not I don't really the Bengals drafted John Ross 11th overall. But they drafted plenty of guys 18th overall who turned out way better than John Ross ever did, right? So I don't like that mentality. I really don't. 2nd and 7 for the Dolphins. They're going to throw it short, and the Jets almost got him in the backfield, and then they end up letting him get a first down. How pathetic. Kansas knocks the Bengals out. It sure does. Replay says I was right. Forward pass. I still think it was close. Complicated penalty. Bo Nix. Oh, jeez. A lot of indigestion or something. Ugh. Hold on. Oh, that was unpleasant. Literally you? All right. Plus, Sean Payton coached a rookie Bo Nix to the postseason. The Broncos have a really good defense, like a really talented defense. Let me put it that way. And Bo Nix was always expected to be kind of good. I wouldn't say that Sean Payton is like an all-time great coach because the Broncos barely got to the postseason in Bo Nix's rookie year. Yes, that's good. That helps his legacy, but I wouldn't say it's like evidence that Sean Payton is the GOAT or anything like that, right? Fuck the Broncos, dude. Right now, I don't have that much of a problem with the Broncos most of the time, but right now, fuck the Broncos. Zach needs to be humbled by firing before he will be great. I don't think that's true, stranger. I think if Zach gets fired by the Bengals, he's done, period. I don't think he might get another job somewhere. I don't think he'll get another head coach job. Maybe one day, but I don't think Zach's I think Zach could be good with the Bengals just because of common philosophy and everything like that. And also the way things are kind of going. The Jets pick off Tyler Huntley again, and they're lateraling it to try to make something big happen, and then they get tackled with 20 seconds left. And now the Jets have a chance to maybe go down, and with 2 timeouts left, the Jets have a chance now, I think, to maybe go get some points on the board. But no, I don't think Zach. I think Zach's done if he gets fired by the Bengals. I think he probably gets an offensive coordinator job at some point somewhere. But I just I think the situation he came to with the Bengals really kind of suited him, and I just don't know if he'll get another situation like that. So I don't know. I don't think Zach would necessarily be I do think he could. I think he could eventually become a better coach. But I don't think anytime soon he would be great just because he got humbled by being fired. Zach's already a really humble guy. Zach doesn't really need humbling, I don't think. That's my opinion. Jets got an illegal block in the back on that play, so they are not going to have as good field position. So with 20 seconds left, they're probably not going to get points now. They're saying it's an illegal lateral? Is that what they're saying? That was definitely behind him. God, if they're not going to call that on Bo Nix, but they are going to call that on the Jets, that seems silly to me. That was a lot more clear than Bo Nix's thing. Chiefs are total cowards and afraid to face the Bengals in the playoffs. I think so, Morningstar. Seems to be the case to me. And their backups are just fucking trash. Honestly. Their backups are just complete, utter trash. God forbid if anybody on the Chiefs gets hurt. Their season will be over, essentially. All right, well, the Jets have the ball at the 12-yard line now. I think they're just going to try to run the clock out. Yeah, they hand the ball off, and I think they're just going to let this clock run out. Do the Broncos fans care that the Chiefs are playing the starters? They're not playing the starters. Broncos are beating the Chiefs. No, the Broncos don't care. Broncos fans don't care. Broncos fans don't give a shit. They just want to get in the playoffs. I don't think that they're thinking of this as an all-time great win or anything like that, but I definitely think that they'll take the win either way. All right, so we are at halftime in the Dolphins-Jets game, so let me go ahead and update that real quick. I know that looks weird, but it's really kind of hard to move this. Maybe I try. No. It's not working out. Doesn't look very good, I know. Move it over here, but moving it back might be difficult, so right now we'll put it there, though. I'm going to celebrate when the Chiefs are one and done in the playoffs. Me too, Morningstar. They're so fucking annoying. I really hate them. Andy Reid is the fattest coward to face the Bengals. I actually don't hate Andy Reid. I think I talked about this earlier. I think maybe not earlier today. I might have talked about it yesterday. But I don't hate Andy Reid. I really don't. Like, Andy Reid's a good guy, you know? Andy Reid's a good guy, and he's, you know, obviously I don't like him because he's good at his job, and that hurts my team, but he's really a chill guy about it, and he's frankly very good. So, you know, I don't like liking Andy Reid, but I do like Andy Reid. Andy Reid's a good guy. Unless the Broncos get 14 points taken away from them, the Chiefs aren't coming back. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, Bo Nix could, like, throw a few interceptions, and, you know, I mean, I've seen the Bengals collapse worse than this before. Hell, I saw the Bengals come back and beat the Chiefs pretty significantly like this. You know, it would take the Broncos collapsing, I think. I don't think the Chiefs' backups are good enough to actually claw their way back in. But the Broncos could fucking choke still. The Broncos could totally still choke. You know, and what's the point of watching the game if you're not going to, like, you know, take that under consideration, you know? As much as I hate the Ravens, I hope they destroy the cowardly Chiefs in the playoffs for keeping my blank Bengals out of the playoffs. I don't know. If it was, like, Ravens, Chiefs, in, like, the AFC Championship, I don't know what I would do. Like, probably just, like, cry or something, honestly. That would be terrible. I don't know who I'd root for. I'd probably root for the Chiefs, honestly. Like, I hate the Chiefs, but then again, I don't know. Because Ravens fans would just be so fucking insufferable if they finally got something done with Lamar Jackson. And the Chiefs are already insufferable, so I don't know. I think I might go for the Chiefs in that situation. I don't know. That would be tough. That would be tough. Because, like, I don't hate the Ravens like I hate the Steelers. But I also, like, I know I'd have to deal with it a lot more if it was the, you know, like, it would increase the amount of annoyingness more, I think, if the Ravens were to win a Super Bowl than if the Chiefs were to three-peat. Because the Chiefs fans are already stupid and insufferable. I don't think it can possibly get much worse than it is. Aaron Rodgers now has 501 career touchdown passes. That's kind of crazy. Chiefs are huge cowards for not facing the Bengals in Burrowhead. Yeah, kind of. Kind of. Think so. Tanking a game deserves no respect ever. I agree, regardless of the reason, you know? Except for, like, there are certain situations where tanking, I think, is okay. This is fucking cowardly. Like, this is, like tanking when it comes to a draft pick is, like, I don't agree with that, but, you know, if your season's already so bad, but this shit's cowardly. This shit is pure cowardice. Carson Wentz throws his best pass of the game easily, and that's like a 15-yard gain, but that's a strike to the number 88 there, and Chiefs get a first down, so yeah, never know. Like, I mean, these guys are NFL players. Like, hopefully they have some pride. I just haven't seen it yet. That was Peyton Hendershot, by the way. Ross pick 11 bust, Higgins pick 33 hit. It happens. That's kind of what I'm saying, you know? Like, this whole idea of, like, tanking for a better draft pick, it means you got to draft well first. And you can do that with any pick. 1st and 10. Carson Wentz rolls back. He's going to throw. And that's way, way too high for number 81. Nico Remigio. Of course, that's the great Nico Remigio. But that wasn't even his fault. That was Carson Wentz. 100%. Then your Burrow, Jared Goff. Oh, because of the Lions. I have no respect for a team who tanks a game. I definitely don't have any respect for a team who tanks a game, for sure. Fans rooting for tanking is one thing, but the team tanking is another thing entirely. Broncos were projected to win 3 games. By who? Carson Wentz throws, and that's caught. And there's going to be about a 3-yard gain on 2nd and 10. So it's going to be 3rd and 7. And, God. Chiefs are the biggest cowards who are afraid to face the Bengals. Cowards. Yeah, they are. They are. They're fucking cowards. If you don't want to watch, or if you don't watch the players, just the release point of the ball, it's a travel path that goes a full yard forward. Clear on slow-mo. I'll have to go back and look at it later. Zach is not done. No, he's not. They're going to... Like I said, him and Lou saved their jobs against the Steelers. Bengals best sign T. Higgins. I think they will. T. Higgins has communicated very clearly that he wants to come back. 3rd and 6, Carson Wentz is going to get fucking sacked. Pathetic. Dude, the Chiefs might get shut out. That's how bad they are right now. They did call it on Knicks, I thought. No, they didn't. Lions and Ravens in the Super Bowl. Nope. No, sir. We can't have that. Lions winning the Super Bowl? Sure. Can't have the Lions and Ravens. Can't have the Ravens making it, though. Don't want that. 4th and 15. It's looking like the only shot the Chiefs are going to have is like getting some lucky fumbles or some shit. Chiefs fans don't like the Broncos. Could have fooled me by the way they're playing. Now, I know you said fans, not players, but... That's going to be a touchback, so they didn't even get a good punt. Vikings to beat the Lions tonight. Bears and Commanders win today on the road. Well, yeah, we'll see. I know you're rooting for the Vikings, though, Jim. Chiefs should back up their record by allowing the Bengals into the playoffs. Yeah, they should. Shouldn't they, Morningstar? Probably should. But they're too cowardly to do that. Only 9 passing attempts? What? From Carson Wentz? He's thrown more than that, hasn't he? Maybe when you said it, because he's got 12 now. 6 for 9 of passing. Yeah, now it's 8 for 12. He's just not. It's like it feels like he's not even trying, but like he can't possibly not be trying, right? Like I mean, maybe they want to ultimately lose, but to play this badly, like you just suck. Honestly, like maybe I get sort of throwing the game. I don't respect it, but I sort of get throwing the game. But like but playing this badly is just fucking like horrible for you. Like I mean, like like is anybody gonna sign Carson Wentz ever again after this? Holy God, dude, he's awful out there. Reluctantly root for the Ravens over the Chiefs because I absolutely hate teams who tank games. Yeah, but it's at the end, but, like I said, the Chiefs fans are already insufferable, At that point, it's just about, like, who do I want to deal with more? Hi, Tamia. Update the scoreboard to what? That must have been earlier. 24-0, 15-6, right? Yeah, they're both at halftime, so I don't have anything to update the scoreboard to right now, I don't think. The one fan base that would definitely become worse than Cheats fans with the Super Bowl win is the Ratbirds fans. Well, they've won Super Bowls before, but like with Lamar Jackson, yeah, they'd suddenly be all about like the fucking GOAT argument and shit, and ugh. I don't want that, man. Vegas, about Vegas. Green Bay might not have the only shutout this season. Yeah, the way the Chiefs are playing, dude, like there's just no, like they just have. You really have this little pride? Like, how'd you even make it to the NFL if you just have this little pride? Like, they're so bad. Bengals don't deserve to be in the playoffs. No way. Well, I think they do, Bacon. Bacon. They definitely do more than the fucking Dolphins. I think, they just went on a 5-game win streak and beat the Broncos and the Steelers to do it, which are, in theory, playoff teams. So I think they, I think what I said earlier is true. I think the Chiefs had a good stop there on the Broncos. That's good on their run play. But here's the thing: the Bengals both deserve and don't deserve to make the playoffs. So whichever happens, they deserve that. If they don't make the playoffs, yeah, they deserve to not make it. It's their own fucking fault for playing the way they played earlier in the season. If they do make it, then they deserve to make it because of the way that they've been playing the last couple weeks, right? So I don't agree that they don't deserve to be in it entirely. Bengals front office don't sign T. Higgins and keep Jamar Chase, and the owners don't care about chasing a Super Bowl. It does feel like that. 2nd and 10, Bo Nix is going to throw it, and fucking first down. Sauce Gardner said he will not tell T. Higgins to go to the Jets. I didn't see that. I don't really care what Sauce Gardner thinks. He was 6 for 9 at halftime. Wentz will be lucky if he can get a backup job in the XFL after today. That's kind of what I'm saying. Like, he's done. Carson Wentz is done. I don't know. I wouldn't even want him as the Bengals backup at this point. Chiefs game, right now, obviously I want Jake Browning, but like one day Jake Browning won't be the backup, and I definitely don't want Carson Wentz to be the fucking backup. He's terrible. 1st and 10, Bo Nix takes a shotgun snap, rolls back, and he's gonna step up, throws. And that one I was almost picked. Hey, maybe the choke job's on. Maybe. Rooting for the Chiefs to get shut out. I mean, honestly, if the Broncos are going to win, I kind of agree with you, Mikey. Like, unless there's going to be some sort of miracle comeback, I kind of hope they get shut out too, right? Because Chiefs fans won't care because it's their backups, but it's just a little bit of a fuck you to the Chiefs, right? Just a little bit of a fuck you. So I kind of hope if they're destined to lose, I kind of agree. Bo Nix hands the ball off, and there you go. Nice job to bring him down. About a 5-yard loss there. Now, right now, I'm not rooting for them to get shut out. Right now, I'm rooting for them to find a way to come back and win. But if they are destined to lose, then yeah, I agree. I hope they get shut out and fucking fall apart and suck forever. Garrett Wilson has stated that if Rodgers returns, that he wants traded. Huh. All right, well, the Chiefs' defense actually held for once, so that's good. They're going to force a punt, and maybe Carson Wentz can do something. Probably not, but you never know. As a lifelong Bengals fan, I despise the Steelers and the Ravens. Now I'm adding the cowardly Chiefs to my list for tanking. No, I despise the Chiefs as well. I wouldn't say it's as bad as I feel. It's nowhere near as bad as I feel about the Steelers. It's not even close. I absolutely revile anything that reminds me of the Steelers. The Chiefs, it's just like, it's football rivalry. I don't give that much of a shit. I mean, this is cowardly, but it is what it is. Wow, that was a really weird looking kickoff return. He just kind of fucking two-stepped back there for about 5 seconds before he just got tackled. But I'd say, maybe on par with how I feel about the Ravens. I don't know. I think I dislike the Chiefs more than I dislike the Ravens, but oddly enough, I'd rather see the Chiefs win another Super Bowl than the Ravens. Just because I have to deal with Ravens fans more than I have to deal with Chiefs fans. And the Chiefs, like I said, I don't think the Chiefs fans can get more insufferable. I really don't. They're already so awful that you're gonna have diminishing returns. Even if they do find a new level of awful that they could get to, it'd be diminishing returns. They're so up far to how bad you can possibly get that I don't know. Broncos prepared for the Chiefs starters, so they came to play today. Well, I don't know if that's necessarily true, John. I mean, kind of. Or are you saying that is what happened? Chiefs backups just playing for pride and jobs next year. Well, if that's the case, they must have no pride and do not want jobs next year, because that's what we're getting right now. All right, Jets coming out after the kickoff, and it is quarter 3 in that game. Okay, the score over to the third is the Chiefs game is the third quarter. You're right, Mikey. My bad. Hold on. Rodgers is going to pitch out to the right, and that's a good run there by Breece Hall. It gets loose. There's a flag, though. There might be holding on this. I didn't see it, but that's what my guess with a flag with that kind of timing. Josh Dobbs is a sleeping giant of a QB. That kid's amazing. You think so? Chop block, I think, on the Jets on that play. So that run is coming back. Cheats D waking up. Probably too late, but well, I wouldn't say it's too late necessarily. Like it's what it probably is. It's irrelevant because Carson Wentz and the Chiefs' offense is so bad that it doesn't really matter what the defense does. Kind of the opposite of the problem the Bengals have had this year. Mikey just doesn't want the Saints to have the only shutout and lose of the season. I'm sure that's what he's going. Yeah, I know what you're rooting for, Mikey. I get it. Scoreboard says halftime. Not anymore. We're done for. Yeah, probably. That's okay. It was a fun end to the season at least. KC named me is State Farm team. That's one way to put it. Carson Wentz misfires on that throw, and it's gonna be second down there. Like I said, it doesn't really seem to matter what their defense is gonna do because Carson Wentz sucks that badly. Aaron Rodgers going to throw it short to Breece Hall, who spins out of one tackle and picks up about 5 yards total. Can't stand Pittsburgh. Yeah, me either. Me either, Natty Tron. I despise Pittsburgh more than just about anything. I would rather the Chiefs win 10 Super Bowls than the Steelers ever win another one ever again. All right, 42 of the Chiefs gets a pretty decent run there, about 6 yards. Do that some more. No, Wentz has been cooked for the last few years. I'm kind of shocked the Chiefs signed him as a backup, Paul. Like Carson Wentz was once a really good quarterback, so I think that's what they're thinking. Aaron Rodgers gets sacked. It's going to be like 3rd and fucking 25 or some shit. But like, I wasn't surprised when they signed him at all. But seeing how bad he is now, I'm shocked that, But I mean, the Chiefs like to take chances on guys who like were once talented, and it tends to work out for them. So I think that's what the idea was with Wentz. And Wentz throws and misfires, and that's going to be 4th down. This is what I'm talking about. The Chiefs defense can do whatever the fuck they want, but that offense ain't going to do shit. Part of it's they're playing a really good Broncos defense. Pittsburgh, Ratbird, State Farm team up in that lineup teams I'm cool on. I ain't cool on Pittsburgh. I hate Pittsburgh. Like, I hate Pittsburgh. I'm cool on the Ravens. We don't need no Ravens shit up in here. And the Chiefs, like, I find the Chiefs fans annoying, like really annoying. But I mean, conceptually, I never had a problem with the Chiefs until like they started kind of getting in our way, right? There's no historical beef with the Chiefs. It's all recent. Chiefs losing in the playoffs makes my mouth water. No, that'd be good. That would be good. I don't necessarily want it to be against the Ravens, but yeah, Jets game don't matter anymore. It's true. It's true. Probably not unless the Chiefs have a miracle comeback in their fucking back pocket. But I'm still paying attention to both because both matter for the Bengals. Like, you got to get a result from both. So until the Bengals are eliminated, I'm going to keep rooting for the Bengals to win. Bengals made a huge miscalculation by signing Sheldon Rankins, only for him to sit out the season with a tummy ache. I don't know. I was kind of confused why they signed Sheldon Rankins anyway. Like, they needed help at nose tackle, not so much 3-tech. I don't really know why they went out and got a 3-tech, especially if you're gonna like draft someone like McKinley Jackson in the 3rd round. That was a weird decision to me. I said it was weird at the time. People were like, "No, it's good. Trust me. Look at all the like technicalities of why it's definitely going to be good." And I'm like, "Okay, you say so." But I haven't seen it, guys. I haven't seen it with Sheldon Rankins. I did not get why we signed him at the time, and the results seem to, be in my favor on this one. Cam Jordan will retire. Sure he will. That dude's been playing a long time. Cut Sheldon, Sam, Volson, and Kappa. Yeah. I don't know about cutting Volson and Kappa. I think you go try to get like starters to replace those guys, but I don't think cut them. Definitely don't cut Volson. Volson's still on a rookie contract, right? Kappa, what even is Kappa's cap hit? I don't think you cut Volson though. That's crazy. But maybe you find somebody else to start in his place. Volson Kappa's cap hit next year will be 10 million. So yeah, maybe cut Kappa. Maybe cut Kappa. Maybe. But not Volson. Now I know the fix is in. I just saw a clear PI and the Cheats didn't get the call. Well, I don't think the fix is in. I think I don't think this game would ever be rigged against the NFL would love for the Bengals to make the playoffs. I guarantee you that. There's no way the NFL is trying to cheat to keep the Bengals out. Maybe the Chiefs are trying to throw the game because they're scared, but the NFL would love to have the Bengals in. All right, Broncos stumble on the run and still get like 4 yards. The Chiefs have no fucking pride. Anything happened to TJ Watt? What do you mean? Oh, like a fine? No, they wouldn't have even announced it now anyway. Second and 6. Although George Pickens got fined. But from a different game, though. So, yeah, they wouldn't have announced anything that quickly. Second and 6, and the Chiefs, they had him in the backfield, and they still let him get like 3 yards. Man, we are eliminated. Well, we ain't eliminated yet, Nattytron. I wouldn't throw in the towel just yet, If the Bengals kept fighting, we should too until it says 0-0-0. But yeah, we're almost like the Broncos are almost certainly going to the playoffs. Like I said, I would rather the Broncos than the Dolphins, right? I think the worst case scenario here was the Broncos lose, but the Dolphins win. Like that would have been the worst, right? So I want to see the Bengals get in, but it's kind of their own fucking fault. They're not, that they need help from the Chiefs, like shitty ass backups. It is what it is. It is what it is. The Bengals did it to themselves. And I'm just glad that the Dolphins aren't going to get in. I'm just if as long barring a miracle comeback, I'm just glad it ain't going to be the Dolphins as Tyler Huntley fumbles and falls on top of it, but still fumbles. Not cool on them means I hate them. Well, yeah. It's I know. Typically, when people are saying I'm cool on it, it means like I'm like. It doesn't usually convey like visceral hatred. It usually is like, that's not my thing. I'm going to stay away from that, right? That's usually when people say I'm cool on that, that's what they mean. But I think I knew contextually what you meant. Sheldon has serious health problems to be real. Yeah, I think he does. I don't know how the Bengals thought that he was going to work out at all. Might have to consider retirement. Fucking do it. All right, Jets defense is coming alive. That's good news. Not that it's going to matter, but God, on 2nd and 11, the Chiefs just whiff on a fucking tackle. My God. You love former Saints defensive players. Yeah, I think they do. I don't know why they thought Sheldon Rankins would be a good idea, though. Did the Dolphins fumble? The Dolphins fucking fumbled. Damn. Man, the Dolphins are collapsing, and that's nice to see. But unfortunately, the Broncos are in full control of their game, and they don't seem to be slowing down at all. The Bengals were in Super Bowl 3 years ago, and they screwed up by not winning games earlier in the year. Yeah, we sure were in the Super Bowl 3 years ago. I'm not sure what that has to do with the second part of your sentence, but they certainly were. Come on, fumble. Refs, come on. Your Bengals, so I don't know what us not winning games early in the year had to do with being in the Super Bowl 3. Oh, unless you're saying like, we should have been a lot better, and that's fair enough. I agree. It's their own fucking fault they're not making the playoffs. Should have beaten the Patriots. There's like 5, 6, 7 games we could point out this year that's like the Bengals should have won that game, but they found a stupid ass way to lose. And that's why we're not in the playoffs right now, right? But that Patriots game is really the worst one. God, the Chiefs cannot tackle. They do get the Broncos running back there for like a 7-yard loss, but it takes 17,000 guys to fucking bring him down. But yeah, Jim, it's the Bengals' own fucking fault. They're not making the playoffs. But it is what it is. You know, they came on strong at the end of the year, and I think they're going to be really putting a heavy emphasis next year on getting off to a hot start. So, you know, hopefully, like the window's still open. The way they finished the season proves to me that the window's still open. Like, not this year, but I think next year, you know, as long as, you know, they bring the right guys back, then I think next year they'll have a shot too. 3rd and 11. Boeskool's going to throw, and that is a moon ball. Not a moon ball, but it's a very long throw to Vele, and it's caught for a huge first down. And this, yeah, we're entering like this would go beyond a miracle. I think you'd literally need like almost a time machine at this point. I don't even know if you can come back from this. Yeah, Bonix overthrows a receiver, Cortland Sutton, for, you know, nothing there. Don't have a problem with pre-existing conditions in healthcare, but in the NFL, it is unacceptable. Example: Sheldon Rankins. Not what? Pre-existing. I understand what you're saying, but like, I don't think that's quite the same thing. Like this would be an employer deciding not to employ you because you have health problems that would impede your ability to do the job. But the pre-existing things in healthcare, that's insurance. So those aren't really the same thing. Keep Kappa, ditch Volson all day. No, Look, if you want to keep Kappa, fine. But I'm saying if you're going to cut one of them, cut Kappa because he's got like a $10 million cap hit. Volson is on a rookie contract. You don't need to cut Cordell Volson. It wouldn't do anything. Like, big run there for the Jets. That's good. But like cutting Volson wouldn't do anything. Like, you know, I would keep him around as a backup since you're barely paying him anything anyway. You're not going to find anybody else in the NFL who would probably be a better backup than Cordell Volson for the amount that you're paying him. Like, you're just not. Broncos get another fucking touchdown. It's pretty much over, guys. Rest in peace, Bengals playoff dreams. But yeah, look, like I understand what you're saying. Like, Volson hasn't been good enough. Get rid of Volson. You know, you gotta upgrade from him. But that doesn't mean you cut him. Like, I mean, like, even if he's your third string guy, you're barely paying him anything. You know. Aaron Rodgers gets sacked for like about a half a yard there. I want to knock Pickens out. Why? What did he do to you? George Pickens? What did George Pickens do to you? I mean, like, yeah, he's an asshole and annoying and whatever, but what did he do? I don't think he did anything to the Saints. Oh, boy, it's 31-0. The Broncos are going to the playoffs, y'all. I mean, barring just an absolutely catastrophic fucking collapse, which doesn't seem completely out of the realm of possibility for the Broncos, but, you know, realistically, I'm about to turn this Dolphins game off, honestly, because, like, I'm not gonna, because, I mean, I advertised this as watching both games, but, Jesus. Fuck the Ratbirds, Squealers, Clowns, 49ers, and Cheats. Yeah, that's true. I agree. I agree with that, stranger. To different levels, each of them different levels, but, yeah, I generally agree with that. 3rd and 1 for the Jets. Jets are in disarray, but they still go out and try to win. Yeah, that's what I was thinking the Chiefs would do, but they have no fucking pride. Like, they're just completely they're an overrated ass football team that, you know, to their credit, knows how to find ways to win football games. You know, give them that credit, but yeah, they're just, you know, and I know we're looking at the backups, but it's been my opinion all year. You're looking at the Chiefs like have these just like not all that impressive games. I think that's a first down for Devontae Adams. I could be wrong. The refs are not on State Farm team payroll today. They'll be back on the payroll playoff time. I agree. I agree. That's probably what's gonna happen is the Chiefs are gonna three-peat, and it's probably gonna come because they get a bunch of calls their way, and it's not gonna come because the Chiefs are like really talented or whatever. Give credit to Andy Reid for being like a legendary, like clearly Hall of Fame coach. But like the Chiefs are not as talented as their record would indicate, and I know we're watching backups. I'm not drawing this conclusion because of the backups, but I think the backups illustrate what I'm talking about. Like, the backups are just getting absolutely slaughtered out there. The starters, wouldn't be getting slaughtered, but they wouldn't be doing that well. They might find a way to win because they generally do find a way to win. But, they like most of the time when they win, it's not a super impressive win. They get the job done. You give them credit for that. But, it's one of the most overrated great teams, which I know is a really weird thing to say. Like, it's almost an oxymoron, like an overrated great team, but they kind of are. Like this Chiefs team couldn't hold a candle to the old Patriots dynasty, Probably couldn't hold a candle to Joe Montana's dynasty. Gotta suck rooting for the Chiefs, even if it's just some backups. Yeah, well. The dream existed, but it was probably always a bit of a long shot. Game over. Denver about to score. Are we eliminated now? Well, we're not eliminated now. We're not eliminated until the clock says 0-0-0. Nautitron. They about to score. Yeah, they scored. You would need something terrible that causes a forfeit at this point. What? How would that help? They just give the win to the Broncos. They're winning 31-0. Even in the case, like, unless the Broncos forfeit, but even then, they're winning 31-0. I think the NFL would probably just give it to them. Dolphins and Jets are the two worst teams in 40 and below weather. That's weird that the Jets would be bad in 40 and below weather because they're from New York. Hey, there's a good play by the Chiefs offense with 2 minutes left to go in the second quarter, down 31-0. As a Bengals fan for 40 years, Mike Brown and company have always been the main reason why this franchise can't keep talented players. It's better change in 2025. I think they keep T. Higgins. And I think they keep Jamar Chase. I think they do. It just seems like all the signs are kind of pointing that way. Over, blowout, 31-zip. I mean, it ain't over, but it feels over. It really does. The Jets are, what the hell? On 3rd and 1, they're doing like the weirdest play I've ever seen in my life. I had like a wide receiver throw it, but like he threw it to basically the fucking stands. Bad play by the Chiefs offense too. Who is playing for the KC practice squad? Well, Carson Wentz is the quarterback. I couldn't name you every single player. I don't think anybody would ever be able to name you every single player because they're all terrible. Dolphins are terrible. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad if the Bengals aren't going to make the playoffs, I'm glad it's the Dolphins getting in, or it's the Broncos getting in and not the Dolphins. I'll actually be totally honest with you. Out of all the teams in the playoffs right now, I think the Broncos would be the team that I would want to win the Super Bowl out of the current field. Maybe the Lions. The Lions would be pretty cool, but I'd take the Broncos too. Out of all the AFC teams, I definitely want the Broncos to get in. On 4th and 1, on the second effort, the Jets do get the first down, so that's good for their game. Yeah, it's 31-zip. Sold out 11-6. Oh, he sold 11-6. Well, you didn't get 11-6, Mikey. Till the Bengals are under new ownership, this will not change. Mr. Brown runs the company like a mom and pop business. Dude, like, hold on a minute. Like, if you're a Bengals fan, can we stop fucking complaining for a week? We just beat the Steelers. Come on. Like, let's have some fucking fun. Okay, we don't need to, like, sit here and just complain about the Bengals forever. All right? Like, I'm sorry we're not going to make the playoffs today. That does kind of suck. But can we like not just like fucking complain? Like, can we just enjoy the win for a week? We've got all off season to complain. Let's enjoy the win. I'd rather just enjoy the win. Chiefs suck. Yeah, the Chiefs are overrated as hell. The fact that they won 2 fucking Super Bowls, or, well, 3 Super Bowls, and 2 back-to-back is a fucking travesty, honestly. Both cry, for sure. With regards to Sheldon Rankins, I meant the Bengals front office should have checked his physical condition before signing him. Not even a month after signing, dude called out sick. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I'm just saying it was a kind of a weird way to put it. On 4th and 7, Carson Wentz gets sacked. I hate the Chiefs. I hate the Chiefs. I fucking hate the Chiefs. Are the Chiefs making Denver look good, or the Broncos making the Chiefs look bad? Neither. I think the Broncos are pretty good, and I think the Chiefs are playing their backups, so I wouldn't say it's either. Hey, you know what I'm going to do? Since the Broncos are about to go on offense here, I'm going to go P for the D, see if we can get some sort of magic here going. So I'll be back in a second. Sounds good, babe. Apparently, the Jets got a field goal while I was peeing for the D, so it's 18-6 now. I had a Dolphins fan just text me Malachi Stark's time, so I don't know who that is, and I'm about to find out. If I could actually figure out how to... God damn. Where is this? Here we go. Okay. 18-6. So the Jets actually came and decided to have some pride today, but the Chiefs are, the Chiefs are the ones with the rings. So I guess when you are just a, piece of shit and have no integrity, then you just get to win all of the games, I guess. Okay, so who's Malachi Starks? Okay, I'm going to speed through some of these. Oh, he's a defensive back for the Bulldogs, so I guess the Dolphins fans just hoping they draft him. I don't know too much about the draft yet. I haven't been paying any attention. May not be over, but I can clearly hear a fat lady warming up her voice. Oh yeah. Oh no, that fat lady is quite warmed up by now at this point. We're heading into the fourth quarter, so let me go ahead and update that. Yeah, the Jets have some fucking pride, but the Chiefs are the Chiefs have no integrity. Like that's essentially what we're seeing. The Chiefs have no integrity. They don't give a shit. They don't care if there's any fucking pride behind anything they do in the NFL. They just want the fucking, they want to look at the shiny trophies. That's all they care about. They don't care if those trophies mean anything. They just fucking want to look at them. 2nd and 11. Bo Nix fakes the handoff. He's going to roll to the right, throws, caught, first down. Terrible. I like football highlights. I think I like football highlights and the action on the field. I don't like all of the talk the NFL gets. NFL gets way more coverage than MLB and NHL. Both sports I like better than the NFL. Well, that's you're allowed to feel that way, John. But the majority of the planet does not feel that way. The reason the NFL gets way more coverage is because a lot of people like it a lot more, myself included. I don't like hockey and baseball much at all, personally. Like, no, I can do like baseball. I can do soccer. I can do a lot of different sports, but like baseball and hockey are like the two I've just never been able to get into at all. Oh my god. And like I mean like even on bad runs, the Broncos are still getting like 5 yards. Who dropped 4 passes? Denver is going to be in for a rude awakening if they think this game is an indication of how good they are. Well, the Broncos are pretty good. You know, I mean, they took us pretty close in a really hard fought game. I mean, the Broncos have had some duds this year, but the Broncos have also had some really good games. Like I think the Broncos are a good team. I think the Broncos like yes, this isn't an indication of how good the Broncos are, but it you know I do think the Broncos are a good team though. Probably why I say I don't like the NFL. Which is weird because you're on my channel all the time, John. Like, and I appreciate you. I like that you come and hang out, but that's just strange to me. How much snow did you get so far? I haven't seen it yet, but my wife keeps talking about how much it is, so I guess I can tell you right now. Hold on. Not like there's much worth watching the football game for. Holy yeah, that's a lot of snow. Oh, thanks. That was a good job. Yeah. That helped out a lot.
I couldn't get the front though.
Yep. There you go. Okay, so to answer your question, there's a lot of snow outside. I don't know if you heard my reaction. Woo! That's a good thing I don't have anywhere to go tomorrow. Looks like the Broncos got a first down. Wonderful. It's for the best. Our line may have gotten Joe hurt, and he may have missed the time next season. At least the boys finished with some pride. I don't agree with that, Christian. I kind of understand where you're coming from, but like, this is Joe Burrow's 5th season, and the offensive line still like this. So I mean, like, if you're just convinced he's gonna get hurt every time he steps on the field, then you know it's not like it's gonna be any better next year. You know, I also don't really want to think that way. Chiefs know how to do it. How many Super Bowls the Bengals won? Oh yeah, 0. Well, yeah, no, you're right. The Chiefs do know how to win Super Bowls. But as far as I can tell, there's no fucking integrity to any of it. So, like, okay, cool. You got some trophies. You know, I hope you're happy with them. Yeah, and you're right. The Bengals have not figured out how to do it. I'm not saying the Bengals are better than the Chiefs by any means. I'm just saying, like, I have no respect for the Chiefs' fucking dynasty so far, at least compared to other dynasties. But, like, that's the thing. I'm not comparing you to the Bengals. I'm comparing you to the fucking Patriots and the 49ers and the Steelers and all the other fucking dynasties. I'm not comparing you to the Bengals. But you know what? If you want to get all fucking, you know, throw a fucking pissy fit about it, then, you know, that's your right, Ty Nossel. P4TD? Huh? Oh, P for the D. Yeah. You should have made pierogies. I had pierogies yesterday. I don't even know. I think we do have another box, but no. I'm not going to eat them twice. Browns need to sell the team. They're too cheap to compete. Dude, if you're a Chiefs fan, then fuck off. If you're a Bengals fan, then fuck off. I don't, like, we don't need, like, why does everybody just gotta fucking, like, can't we just enjoy the win for a week? And if you're a Chiefs fan, then fuck off. Honestly. We need pierogies. Sure do. Broncos fans must actually think their team stands a chance against the real cowardly Chiefs. Well, the Broncos, like, almost beat them last time they played. What are you talking about? Yeah, I mean, the Broncos 16-14, and their offense has been better ever since that game. They held Patrick Mahomes to one single touchdown and not a whole lot else going on in that game. And actually, Denver was winning that game all the way up till the end. So, like, yeah, of course, I definitely think the Broncos stand a chance against the real Chiefs. If they're beating their backups, like, did they get another touchdown? I think they might have gotten another touchdown. Or no, maybe not. Maybe not. They're just short. But I mean, like, if they're gonna, you know, put up like 40 points on the Chiefs backups, I think they can probably beat the Chiefs starters, right? The local affiliate just switched the smelly Chiefs blowout to the Chargers game. Wish they would leave it here. Okay. If the games go as they are, does that make us the first team out? Yeah, we'd be the first team out. I think. Yeah, because we'd be ahead of the Dolphins. So, yeah, we would be the first team out. We'd be the 8th seed. Too bad they don't have an 8th seed. Although, I complain about the 7th seed as much as I do. Can't imagine rooting for an 8th seed. Buffalo will cremate the Broncos. I don't think that's true, Ty. I don't think that's necessarily true. I think the Broncos are kind of coming in hot right now. Now the Bills are really good. I think it's going to be the Broncos Bills game is going to be a really good game. I think. I'd put my bet on the Bills winning, but I wouldn't put it past the Broncos. Bright side to the Bengals offense, I'm really excited about Chase Brown and how he has improved. Yeah, I agree. Chase Brown's looking pretty good. I also like Khalil Herbert. Hopefully we can get more out of him. This gives us pick 16. I think so. No, 18. It gives us pick 18, I think. NFL is the most popular sport in the USA. The sports shows on ESPN are mostly NFL. Get Up, I think, always leads with NFL. Sports Center does a good job of not doing that. Well, yeah, honestly, ESPN's fucking trash anyway, so, I wouldn't worry about what ESPN thinks, dude. Jimmy Garoppolo started at quarterback for the Rams today. I didn't even realize he was on the Rams. Mike Tomlin might beat the Ravens. Not the way the Steelers are playing. I don't think so. Ravens, Kings of the North. They are right now. Rather you guys than the Steelers, to be honest with you. I'd much rather the fucking Ravens win it than the Steelers. I was rooting for y'all. Get Up is mostly NFL and NBA show, but it's on ESPN. Should talk about all sports like SportsCenter does. Well, but that's not what their audience is, John. But again, stop fucking... If you got a problem with it, stop watching ESPN. ESPN's trash. I would not recommend ESPN to anybody. There's a reason why YouTube, sports YouTube is growing, right? Because ESPN's trash. Nobody wants to watch it anymore. I'm not convinced he's always going to get hurt, but the injuries on O-line have piled up and it's getting thin. Just looking for the silver lining in this. Hopefully they shore up the guards. I'm not saying you are. What I was saying was, I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, that's kind of I don't know if that's that much of a consolation, because if he's just going to get fucking hurt anyway, then, I don't... If it happens next year, that might be worse, because then that'll just be another fucking busted year. I'd rather him get hurt at the end of this season than next year. But I mean, I'm not trying to talk down to you or anything like that. I just things may be a little bit short sighted. That's all I'm saying. But the injuries on O-line have piled up and it's getting thin. Sure is. And also, you got guys like Kappa and Volson who are starting and also bad. Just looking for the silver lining. Hopefully, they shore up the guards. Yeah, well, that's not. Yeah, see, there you go. So that's what I'm talking about. And the Broncos scored again, so great. It could have all been settled in Burrowhead. Could have been, but it's the Bengals' own fucking fault for playing so shitty at the beginning of the season. It's their own fucking fault. I'm sad we're not going to make the playoffs, but like I said, if we made it, we deserved it for that 5-game win streak at the end of the season. But if we didn't make it, then we didn't deserve it. And it appears to be that that's what's going to happen, is we're not going to make it, and we never deserved it anyway. So the Broncos move ahead to 38-0. So, yep. See y'all next year, I guess. Not me. I'll be here for the playoffs doing different games and stuff. But as far as the Bengals go, see y'all next year. Jets gotta stop the Dolphins for a 3-yard gain there. I think the NFL is a bit overrated. Well, you're probably right, John. The NFL probably is overrated because it's so popular. It's probably not as good as how popular it is, but it is what it is. Live in a baseball and hockey city, NFL team left. Yeah. Well, I think you're also kind of pissed at the NFL too, so I think you might be a little bit biased, to be honest with you. Patriots game is the one that really hurts. It really does, Ty. That's the one. Sort of. For me, honestly, I think losing to the Ravens because Evan McPherson missed a field goal, I think that honestly hurts more because the Patriots game, That was week 1. Yeah, it's a weird game, lost to a bad team. But, like, man, we could have beat the Ravens. And at the time, we would have stayed on pace to potentially win the AFC North. You know, knowing how the rest of the season went, it would have just really given the win to the Steelers. But, you know, like, at the time, I think that Ravens loss stung more than anything. Because I remember also thinking at the time, I'm like, hey, if we win this Ravens game, we're right back on track in the season and it's fine. And then we lost, and I think, you know, we ended up like 4-7 after that, and it was just like, ugh. Mikey's back, let's go. If you're gonna have an 8th seed, no, I don't actually want an 8th seed, stranger. I don't want a 7th seed. I want to go back to if there's going to be 32 teams in the NFL, I want a 12-team playoff format. I don't want the 7 seed fucking trash. You know, and I say that as a team that currently still technically has a chance to, you know, make the 7th seed. But I've never liked the 7th seed. I always thought it was trash. You know, I would have I would have, like, you know, belayed my opinion for a little while if the Bengals had snuck in on the 7th seed. But, you know, in general, my opinion is that the 7th seed is stupid and I hate it. And it always results in bad fucking games. Hopefully the Broncos can be the first team where it doesn't. And the fucking Chiefs, Carson Wentz. No, not even Carson Wentz. It looks like somebody else who was, like, pump faking. Either way, it's going to be a fumble and the Broncos recover. So, shit. I still have the Chiefs Broncos on my TV. Yeah, I've got both games on my fucking screen here. Probably in the Chiefs market, but I'm happy I can watch the Broncos. Yeah. Broncos are having a good game, I suppose. I think it's that impressive of a game, but, you know. I think Carson Wentz got benched. I think that's what we're seeing here. So, number 19 appears to be the third-string quarterback for the Chiefs. Because Carson Wentz is awful, guys. It's Chris Oladokin. He played at South Dakota State. I've never heard of him in my entire life. Now that we have beaten the Steelers, why do you think they've fallen off so hard down the stretch? Huh? Every year is the same with them. Well, they didn't fall off down the stretch. They fell off at the beginning of the season, and they came on strong down the stretch. I don't agree with that assessment. But why have they fallen off so hard over, like why at the beginning of the season did they fall off so hard? It's because they weren't fucking prepared, and, you know, and I think a lot of it, honestly, I blame Lou Anarumo more than I blame anybody else, because apparently part of the reason we started playing better at the end of the season was because Lou Anarumo simplified the defense. But, like, if that was the fucking problem, why didn't we fucking simplify the defense 6 weeks earlier? You know, I understand, you know, the first few weeks that, you know, things were, you know, you're trying out a defense, it's not working, but you're going to still, you know, stick with it and give it a shot. But, like, why did it take until week freaking 13 to simplify the defense? Like, my God. Like, at least 2 weeks earlier, you know? Like, I mean, like, if we could have beaten, you know, any of those fucking teams, we'd be making the playoffs right now. But you took way too long to simplify the defense. You should have figured that out a while ago, Lou. And look, Lou Anarumo, I think, saved his job by the way they played against the Steelers. And cool, whatever. But I fully blame Lou Anarumo for how... I think Zach Taylor deserves blame too. But I really blame Lou Anarumo first and foremost for how bad this season went. Yeah, like, you know, but before the Cowboys game, before they went on this win streak, they gave up 44 points to the Steelers, 37 of which were, you know, to the defense. You know, and Joe Burrow had the fumble. You know, gave up 34 points to the Chargers, gave up 35 points to the Ravens, 37 to the Eagles. Like, come on. And they had an okay game against the Raiders, but still the fucking Raiders. So, look, the fact that you, like, let the Raiders drop 24, and then the Ravens drop 35, and then the Chargers drop 34, and you still hadn't simplified the defense. Oh, and the Eagles dropping 37. Like, you should have simplified the defense after the fucking Ravens loss. But then you came out, you tried to do the same shit against the Chargers and against the Steelers, and it blew up in your face. I'm so tired of Lou Anarumo. I really am. It's like I think he saved his job, so okay, we'll see what you do next year, man. But holy God, if you don't come ready to go next year, Like, and don't get me wrong, this is not saying that Zach Taylor doesn't deserve blame or other people don't deserve blame. This is saying that Lou Anarumo better be ready to go out the gate next year. And he better have it figured out because that was unacceptable what happened this year to the defense. Like, and our defense was not that untalented. The defense has definitely, I think, suffered some attrition as far as talent goes, but not that much. Lou should be ashamed of his performance this year. And, like, good job figuring it out at the end, but it was too late. This game's over. It's way over. It's way over, Connor. I'm not even paying attention anymore. I'm really either of these games. I'll update the scores, but I'm really just trying to... We got a lot of interaction in the chat today, which I appreciate, but now I'm mostly focusing on the chat right now, honestly. Y'all, don't forget, me and Mikey are going to be going live tomorrow at... was it 3 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock Eastern? Me and Mikey tomorrow. So look forward to that. The only draw on ESPN is Stephen A. Dude, ESPN sucks. I hate ESPN. Only watch ESPN for Monday Night Football. Well, okay. So for actual football games, I guess ESPN's fine. I still don't like TV announcers, but it's not just ESPN. I've never liked TV announcers. That's part of why, I do what I do with these streams, because I think the TV announcers are more polished than me for sure. Like, they're not going to have like things where like, oh, that's number 8. I don't know who he is. Like, they're going to be able to tell you who that is like 90% of the time. But even then, they get the dudes' names wrong half the time, and they like say it with such authority, like it's a real fucking thing. And then they always have like the dumbest analysis that nobody cares about, and half of them have no freaking personality. So I mean, like, I might not be as polished as your average ESPN announcer. I might get there one day, but you're definitely going to have more fun, I think, with listening to me narrate the games than listening to fucking Chris Collinsworth or his son, Most overrated sport, in my opinion. I completely disagree, John. Completely disagree. I'll give you it's probably overrated, but I think baseball is the most overrated sport. I mean, for the longest time when I was growing up, it was America's game, and it's gotten so slow, and they're so worried about fucking tradition that they like let the game just kind of suck. I think baseball's easily the most overrated sport, like no fucking question. And I know it's not as popular as it used to be, but that's part of it's part of what I'm saying. I think you're really biased, John. I think you're really biased because because of what the Rams did, and you're allowed to be, but I think you are. Hopefully my Ravens don't forget how to run the ball in the playoffs. So that's like 90% of what the Ravens do best. I hope you don't. I mean, I hope you do, actually. I don't want the Ravens to win nothing, but I mean, if the Ravens have any fucking brain, they will run the ball. 3rd and 3 for the Broncos, apparently, and it's going to be a handoff. And the Chiefs might have stopped them. Nope, they didn't. Nope. Broncos got a first down anyway. I knew the Patriots game would be a gimme. That would cost the Bengals. Win that one and you're in. Yeah, but it's not just that one, Ty. It's, hold on. Let me, I got the list up here. It's not, yes, the Patriots game would have made a difference, but it's not just that one. Tanner Hudson, don't fumble against the Patriots. But also just beat the fucking Patriots, honestly. The Chiefs, we lost by one of them. Dejon Anthony doesn't get flagged for DPI at the end of that game. We're in the playoffs. And everybody's taking... That changes the whole complexion of how seriously everybody's taking us. Even if every single other game goes the exact same way, people are still like, well, they beat the Chiefs. And, we've seen them play well down the stretch here. Like, everybody's terrified of the Bengals going into the playoffs, even if they're the 7th seed. Because we beat the Chiefs earlier in the year, and we did a couple of things here and there, right? The Commanders game, we lost 38-33, so I don't know if there's much you can really say about that one. I mean, there was definitely some things here and there, and that was a closer game, but like Evan McPherson missed a field goal, and I think the defense just, there's a couple stupid ass things on defense, like the 4th and 4. You could have stopped him and held him to a field goal, but you end up letting him get it, and it's a touchdown. That plus Evan McPherson's field goal, and you beat the Commanders, right? take 4 points off the board for them, give us 3 points, and that's a win. You know, it's just change a couple of things here and there. You know, this team only got blown out once, and that was the Eagles game. But yeah, I mean, you could change that Patriots game. You could change that Chiefs game. You could change a little bit more about the Commanders game, but not that much. That Ravens game, that first Ravens game, we lost by 3. And Evan McPherson missed a field goal in overtime. That's actually the main thing. Evan McPherson, Lamar Jackson fumbles, and then Evan McPherson misses a 53-yard field goal. So it's not a gimme, but he should make those field goals. And, you know, you could have beaten the Ravens in overtime like that, right? But missed field goal, and so, I mean, the Bengals could have had that one, right? Then there was the 35-34 one against the Ravens. That was a lot closer. Hard to really say on that one. I guess just like, you know, maybe Chase Brown doesn't fumble, and then the Ravens get a touchdown out of that. But you know, I mean, it's just little stuff here and there that just killed us all year. It's not just that one game. Chargers game, that was crazy. The Steelers game, like I said, Joe Burrow doesn't get a fucking strip 6. Like any of those games go differently. This whole season feels a lot different, but. You know, you fucked up one too many times. You mentioned Evan McPherson, another example of a Bengals miscalculation, giving him all that money. I think we realized that when he blew the Ravens game. I don't agree with that. I mean, how much did they give him? They didn't give him that much. I mean, he's a fucking kicker. They paid him. They gave him some years, but I mean, he's a good kicker. Like, I mean, he struggled a little bit this year. You know, apparently there was some sort of injury thing going on, but also I think Ryan Riekow was a bad holder, and I also think Cal Adamitis just is not a good snapper either. So I think that whole fucking thing is off. And I mean, look at Cade York. Cade York is a talented kicker, maybe not always the best kicker, but I mean, he struggled too. I think part of it is just that snap, hold, kick dynamic is kind of thrown off a little bit. And I'm not saying Evan McPherson can't do better, but I don't think it was all his fault. Yeah, he had a cap hit this year of $5 million. Next year it's $3 million. The following year it's $2.5 million. And his final year in 2027 is $1.25 million. Like Evan McPherson's I know it's disappointing that Evan McPherson didn't do well, but I don't think his contract. Like people keep saying like, oh, they gave him all that money, but like he's a kicker, you know. They didn't give him that much money compared to and that $14 million. That's more money than I'll ever see in my entire life. But these are football players, guys. Like, they all get paid like that unless they're backups. You don't get backup kickers, usually. Let's see. Packers. Somebody said something about the Packers. Packers won as the 7th. They did, but, you know, there's a lot of fraudulence going on with all of that, I think. Prefer 8 seeds over 7 seeds or go back to 6 seeds. Yeah, no. No, I don't know about that. I'd rather have 7 seeds than 8 seeds. That doesn't make any. I don't know why you go to 8 seeds. That sounds terrible. No, I want to go back to 6 seeds. This whole fucking 7 seed shit is dumb. Like it in my opinion, it devalues the idea of even making the playoffs. Because like when you got like 12 teams making the playoffs, then making the playoffs matters. You know, when now you got like almost half the teams in the NFL making the playoffs. Like making the playoffs doesn't even mean anything all that much anymore. It's like, yeah, you're one of the like top half best teams in the NFL. Good job. But you know, like making the playoffs on a 12-team format, that takes a little bit of like, you know, you can come away from that thinking like, hey, even if we didn't win a playoff game, you know, making the playoffs is still pretty impressive. Hockey is the most underrated sport. Depends on where you're at. Not in Canada, it's not. I think maybe I could see an argument as to why hockey's the most underrated sport because like it just doesn't have the kind of appeal, and it's probably a better game. Like not for me. For me, I don't like hockey, but it's probably objectively a much better sport than the amount of coverage it gets. So you're probably right about that. Bengals are notorious for slow starts every damn year. I know. That's why I was starting to get on board with the idea of moving on from Zach. we'd be in the playoffs. I'm fuming. Just hate watching Joe waste his career. Hope 2025 is better. I know, Morningstar. But like I said, let's try. I know it's hard. But let's just try to enjoy the win right now. I know it's tough. The Dolphins apparently got 13 points. Not that it matters. The Broncos are going to the playoffs. I guess I better update that score then. I'm literally not even paying attention to these games anymore. I'm just talking to the chat. Kansas City's not even trying to even making it a game worth watching. They're too afraid to face the Bengals. Jane Caponari. I don't think I've seen you in the chat before. Welcome. If you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe. If you are, I'm sorry I don't recognize your name. They're too afraid to face the Bengals because they know the Bengals can beat them. It's true. I switched to the Jets game. KC chicken shit. That's true. They are. I'm watching both games. And Aaron Rodgers looks like he's about to get... Oh, what? What are you doing? Aaron Rodgers just threw a touchdown, but he was past the line of scrimmage. He was past the line of scrimmage, and he could have run for a touchdown. Like they're calling it a touchdown on the field, but that's coming back. He was way past the line of scrimmage. Unless the line on the field was wrong. The line on the field could be wrong. I'd rather watch grass grow than watch baseball. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. Baseball's terrible. Until it gets a salary cap, it's non-competitive, slow as molasses, and big market exhausted. You just described everything, and it's one of my biggest issues. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers passed the line of scrimmage. That's gonna be coming back. Slow as molasses. Yeah, you just described all my biggest problems with baseball. Like, a lot of these fucking traditions that, they're so intent on making such a big deal about part of the game, and they slow it down for that sake. Are the Jets just going to kick... Are they not going to... Okay, they didn't overturn the... I swear to God, Aaron Rodgers was past the line of scrimmage, but they kicked the extra point, so I guess whatever. So good news is the Dolphins were never going to the playoffs. Not that it matters because the Broncos are just fucking dominating, but yeah, we got one of the results we wanted, but not the Broncos game, and that was the one most of us were worried about anyway. Imagine the simple D with Dax still in. I don't know. It's hard to say because Dax has been tough. Broncos game's over, by the way. 38-0. So, Mikey, you got what you wanted. Not the only team to be shut out. But you are the only team that get shut out that was actually trying. So, it's still not great. But, yeah, you don't have to be the only team that got shut out. 19-11 is a strange score prediction. Yeah, it was. I didn't actually think it was going to be 19-11. The reason I said 19-11 is because I actually just averaged out what the Jets are averaging per game point wise, and then I averaged what the Dolphins have been averaging point wise when Tyler Huntley's starting, and I came to 19-11. So looks like I wasn't, based off of the score so far. It looks like I wasn't too far off. Jets only scored 13 points so far, so. I think that was pretty good. Now, my Broncos prediction, rip. I already got my power rankings I got to update. Yeah, I'll have to make some new ones. I'll have them ready, though. Dolphins touchdown. I must be way behind. Holy shit. I'm just going to speed through these. Good night, Bengals. True. Lewis Howery, I don't think I've seen you either. Feel free to subscribe if you're even still watching at this point. If you are subscribed, I'm sorry, I don't recognize your name. Enjoy listening to Troy Aikman and Joe Buck? I don't. I hate them. They suck. They're awful. TV announcers have an earpiece feeding them info, and they still are my last choice for game sound. Yeah, TV announcers are awful. You're not going to like this. My vote is soccer being the most overrated. I could see the argument for soccer, though, because, I like soccer personally, but soccer is the most popular sport in the entire world, and I would actually say soccer is probably pretty overrated too, right? I like soccer, but I think football, in my opinion, football is the best sport. But soccer is the most popular sport in the entire world, and it's not even close. So, I think soccer has a good shot, but I think baseball. I think baseball is the most overrated sport in the world because like it's so fucking slow. It's not interesting, and it's quite popular in large parts of the world. Not as popular as soccer, not nearly as popular as soccer, but it's probably the most popular sport in the world. It might be the most popular sport in the world other than soccer. Although football, the NFL has gotten so huge lately that football might be bigger now, but. Golf is overrated even though it's not a sport. Well, it is a sport. What? I don't understand. It's definitely a sport. Hockey is so overrated. I don't like hockey, but I think hockey's probably underrated because hockey just doesn't get a lot of hype and it's probably a better sport than that. But I don't personally like hockey. Imagine the Broncos collapsed and lost. That would have been so great, Mark, but unfortunately no such luck. Grew up with the Cardinals being the best MLB team in the world. I guess I'm 100% biased towards the MLB. I just want the sport I like to do well, baseball and hockey. Hockey. Yeah, well, I like Cincinnati when I was growing up was a baseball town, but nah. I've never liked baseball. I've tried. Y'all saw me like last year. I tried to put out some baseball videos because a couple people requested it. But I didn't feel the videos were very good, and I didn't really want to keep doing them because I just don't like baseball. Okay, bro, just for the hell of it, I'll give you some of my time. So you say, Lou. Okay, well, so I apologize, Benjamin Harrison. You have the name of an underrated president, by the way. But you say Lou is to blame, so I'm guessing you forgot the Duke didn't try to sign anyone all year. Well, I'm not saying Duke Tobin's amazing. I'm not saying Duke Tobin doesn't deserve blame. I'm saying Lou Anarumo deserves the most blame. Duke Tobin didn't sign anybody for the defense, and they magically got better because Lou Anarumo simplified the defense. So yeah, I don't blame Duke Tobin on primarily for the defensive struggles earlier in the year. Like Lou Anarumo could have done so much better than he did, and he just chose not to. For why, I don't know. I'm furious with Lou Anarumo, but I got it together at the end of the year, so he definitely saved his job, so I guess I just got to accept it, Every game is critical in the NFL to make the playoffs. Oh, by the way, thank you for giving me some time, Benjamin Harrison. If you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe. I'm guessing probably not since you said give me some of my time, but yeah, thanks for showing up. Appreciate that. Every game is critical in the NFL to make the playoffs. There was too much focus on contracts and not enough focus on football in the preseason. I do agree with that. Way too much focus on contracts. They lost a critical game one. Yeah, that's the problem. They fucking fumbled this offseason so badly, Jeff. And for that reason, yes, Duke Tobin does deserve blame. I think Lou Anarumo deserves more blame because he still had a talented defense and got nothing out of them for 14 weeks. But give him credit for figuring it out at the end. Hopefully he can translate that to next season. That's the thing. Every game is critical in the NFL to not make the playoffs. There was too much focus. Oh, we already read that one. Sorry. Chiefs 8 stars who are not playing today will have 25 days between last Wednesday next game they will play. Yeah, that's why I was wondering. That's why I was thinking maybe they might give their starters some play, because a month is a long time to get cold. 7 is an odd number. Sure is, John. What? Not to mention Lou had to work with what he had, which was rookies and slow down vets. And yet he's still got good performances out of them at the end of the year, Benjamin. I'm just saying, where the hell was that earlier in the year? If simplifying the defense really was what the team needed, why did it take this fucking long to do it? That's my fucking problem with Lou Anarumo, and it's been my problem with him for years. And he keeps getting his shit together just in enough time to not justify firing him, which is almost infuriating, and it makes me go insane because I've been calling for Lou Anarumo to get fired for years. And then he brings me back on his side, and then when I start believing in him, they fucking collapse because he has no idea how to adjust. Apparently he does know how to adjust. It just takes him way too fucking long to do it. I'm really getting tired of Lou Anarumo. Duke Tobin signed no one all year. It's not even Jamar. Yeah, no. Duke Tobin fumbled. I'm not defending Duke Tobin. Duke Tobin definitely. The Bengals fumbled this offseason. They really did. Broncos just need it out with 2 minutes left. Yeah. Well, I don't even know why I still have that fucking tab open. Jets game's still going, though. Kyle calling both games. I'm not now. Calling the Dolphins game because I committed to doing it. But this game's meaningless now. So Broncos get the 7th seed, and the Bengals are probably going to be the first team out because the Dolphins are probably going to lose this game. Now they have nothing to play for, and they probably know by now. The pitch clock speeds up game now. Yeah, not enough, though. Football games are 3 hours. Yeah, but, like, football games are way more interesting consistently. Like, baseball games are, like even, like, when baseball is fast and, like interesting, it can be kind of fun to watch, but, like, there's so little of, like, that it's kind of fun to go to the game, but there's just way too much time where just nothing's happening. And you don't get that in football. You get a lot of, like, longer breaks and stuff, but with how intense all of the plays are, you kind of need those breaks to break up, like if you concentrated football into, like, 1 hour and just, like, all the plays are back to back to back to back, it'd probably be too intense. And you, like, I think you actually do kind of need the pauses to kind of break things up a little bit. Final Broncos to the postseason. True. In the words of George Carlin, watching golf on TV is less entertaining than watching flies fuck. I didn't know he said that. That sounds like something he'd say. I just never heard that quote before. Saints not the only team who got shut out. Isn't that wonderful for you, Mikey? Technically, Saints played their backups versus Green Bay. No, they played a backup quarterback, but not all their backups. Congrats, cowardly Chiefs. Fucking cowards. It's Kevin Harlan. Yep. Joe Buck is from St. Louis, so I like him. Okay. That doesn't mean he's good at what he does, though. I like soccer, but I do agree soccer is a bit overrated. Soccer is also big in Europe. Right. Like, what I'm saying, I'm not saying that... Like, I like soccer. I grew up playing soccer, and I like watching soccer. But it's so unbelievably popular, and I don't think the game's that good, you know? Like, it's pretty good. It ain't that damn good to deserve that much popularity. But I also get why it is, because it's such a simple game that, like, you know, like football, you have to have a little bit of money to play football, whether you do or whether your school district had enough money to pour into, like, equipment or something. But soccer, dude, you could live in, like, the fucking dregs of, like, fucking Africa with, like, no fucking hope of ever seeing, like, a fucking dime ever in your life. And you could probably play soccer, you know? That soccer field is too wide. No? I don't agree with that. Too wide. Yeah, you could create more excitement with a thinner field, but, like, I think you'd also hurt the game too. Like, I think the soccer field being wide gives, you know, an important strategy boost. Pete Rose for Baseball Hall of Fame. Well, now that he's dead, I think he's gonna make it in Morningstar. I've been saying for as far back as I can remember that Pete Rose will make the Hall of Fame one day, but they're gonna make him wait until after he dies because, you know, they just have beef with him. And yeah, but I do think Pete Rose is probably going to be in the Hall of Fame here in a few years just because he's dead now. Baseball is big in Latin America, Caribbean, and Japan. Yeah, it is. And so for that reason, I think baseball is pretty overrated. You know, I don't think it deserves to be that popular of a game. And it was once America's sport, you know. Got 18 inches of snow and just got an alert to not travel on Kansas City roads, or is that just Kansas roads, unless it's an emergency. Yeah, we got a lot of snow too. My coworkers were like, "Hey, on Monday, you know, might want to, like, we're getting a lot of snow, might have to call off work and stuff." And I don't work on Mondays, so I was like, "Oh, cool. The snowstorm comes when I'm at home anyway." The 7 odd number was related to playoffs. Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't think that matters. Like, I mean, I like the 16 playoff format because, you basically, like, your top two seeds get playoff buys, and I think that's good. Like, you don't need to be the top team to get the only playoff bye. I think the number 2 seed should probably get a playoff bye, too. Maybe you can find an advantage to give to the, like, number 1 seed, but I think the fact that the number 1 seed gets, like, permanent home field advantage is good enough, honestly. I want to go. I really want to go back to the. I either want to go back to the 16 format, or I guess the 12 team format in the playoffs, or I want the NFL to expand to 40 teams. Right? Either expand to 40 teams or go back to 6 teams in the playoffs. Because like the 7 team shit is just I don't find it useful at all. I think the Dolphins scored a touchdown. We've had 25 years of Tobin, past time for new blood. It's been longer than 25 years, hasn't it? All right, kick is up, and that's good. So the Dolphins are coming back a little bit. Once again, not that the game matters. It's 25-20. All right. Has it only been 25 years? Oh, yeah, I guess it has only been 25 years. I thought he's been here longer than that, but no. Now, Duke Tobin hasn't been in his current role for 25 years. Like, it was probably about, like, 2010, 2011 that Duke Tobin really kind of started becoming, like, the de facto GM without the title. But, yeah, he's been with the team since 1999, though. Hopefully the Bengals front office listens to Joe Burrow and what he needs to succeed this offseason. Go Bengals 2025. Houday signing off. All right, well, see you, Morningstar. I appreciate you showing up. Is that a reference to Lucifer? I like that. I appreciate that. I know you're gone by now, but I appreciate your name. Bro, we had 1 offensive week, 1 starter that game. I don't know. I don't know, Mikey. I don't fucking pay that much attention to the Saints. You have to admit the Major League Baseball has the best all-star game skills with the home run derby. No, well, I don't know about that. NBA's got a pretty good all-star weekend type of thing. But yeah, no, the home run derby's pretty cool. I will admit, like baseball definitely has some like cool like attractions and stuff. But the game itself, I'm just not a big fan of. NHL skills competition changes every year now. I don't watch the NBA, but sometimes see the NBA. Yeah, dude, I think the NBA's got the best like all-star type of thing. Like the Pro Bowl sucks. Like and like the skills challenges that they've added and stuff like that. That makes it a little bit better, but it still just kind of sucks. NFL Pro Bowl, yeah, the Pro Bowl sucks, but like I don't think anybody's like saying the NFL is overrated because of the Pro Bowl, dude. Like nobody cares about the Pro Bowl. Is it still America's pastime? No, I'd say football is probably America's pastime now. It used to be America's pastime. I don't think it is anymore, though. 12 points, not over yet. Go Bengals. I thought Miami had to lose. I was wrong. No, Miami and the Broncos had to lose. And the Broncos just fucking wrecked shop. So, nope. No dice, but hey, I'm still glad we beat the Steelers. I'm still glad that we gave it our all and we went down fighting at the very last second. It makes me feel like the window's still open, and if we can fix a few things next year, then we'll be right back in the mix, right? I'm happy. I don't want to say I'm happy with the way the season ended, but I'm happy that I have something to look forward to next year. Because I wasn't feeling like that when we were 4-8. Now I feel like there's something to look forward to next year. So if we didn't make the playoffs, okay. We were starting to rack up some injuries too. So let's just get everybody healthy, come back in 2025, and see if we can run it back, right? Tobin came on board in 99. Sure did. I thought it was early. I thought it was like 94 or something. That's why I was confused. How do you don't want 7 teams and you still sitting hoping the Bengals get the 7th seed? Okay. Hold on, Trey. You got to understand something. I am a Bengals fan, okay? I am a Bengals fan before I'm an NFL fan. First and foremost, okay? I don't like the fact that the Bengals were fighting for the 7th seed, but they were. And so we're going to play the game that's in town, I'm not going to sit here and be like, I don't want the Bengals to make the playoffs if it's a 7th seed. I'm not going to do that, okay? But I do think that the 7th seed is bullshit, and I've said that for ever since I started my channel. You guys can go back and look. I've never been a fan of the 7th seed. But if the Bengals, if that's the only way for the Bengals to make the playoffs and the 7th seed exists anyway, then I'm going to hope that the Bengals take advantage of the system that exists, right? But I'm not. It's not. This isn't me condoning the 7th seed's existence. This is me just taking what's there. Honestly, I'm a Bengals fan before I'm a football fan. Seahawks win. Bucks get the 3rd seed. There you go. Why are the Bengals out? Because they fucked up all year, Frank. Because they fucked up against the Patriots and they fucked up against the Ravens twice and they fucked up against the Commanders and they kept shooting themselves in the foot all goddamn year. That's what that and because Lou Anarumo took fucking 18 goddamn centuries to change the fucking defense. Like that's why the Bengals are out. There will be a hooday. Hallelujah. That a hooday. There will be a hooday. Someday. I'm guessing you're referencing a song that I don't know. Bro, got a fetish for Lucifer. No wonder he down bad. No, I appreciate the reference. That's all I'm saying, Trey. It was funny. Like the Morning Star, it's got like the Lucifer thing. I didn't even catch it at first. I'm just saying that's a clever reference. That's all I'm saying. Hey, words hurt. I sure do. F the NBA All-Star shit. Why do you hate the NBA All-Star shit? The NBA All-Star shit's cool. Frank won because Denver won. They controlled their own destiny. Oh, Frank because Denver was. Yeah, the Bengals needed both the Dolphins to lose, which it's looking like is going to happen, but the Broncos needed to lose too, when the Broncos had the inside track. So that's why we lost. Not Lucifer, Blessed Mother of God, is also known as the Morning Star. Yeah, but that's not Mary in your profile picture, is it? Doesn't look like Mary. I could be wrong. I hope Kansas City loses their first game. I hope they lose every game for the rest of time, Robert. The Seahawks beat the Rams. I don't think the Rams were trying very hard, John. The Rams are locked into the playoffs. We'll win 5 games again next year. It's got to be a depressing way to live. Best win of the day? Yeah. Again, I don't think the Rams are trying that hard, John. It's clearly not BS if you're rooting for the 7th seed. No. Hold on. You're not understanding what I'm saying. We get more football. What's wrong with that, G? Because the 7 seed teams always suck. Except like the Cowboys, the Packers did something one time. That's because the Cowboys were fucking frauds. But like, it doesn't mean we get I think it means we get one more wild card game. But those wild card games typically suck. And actually, it doesn't necessarily. Let's see. No, it doesn't mean we get more football. We just like you lose. We get more football in wild card weekend, but the 2nd seed loses their playoff bye. So you're just taking the 2nd seed's fucking game and you're moving it to the wild card game. You're not actually gaining a game. But I mean, here's the thing: if I'm not against 7 seeds, I'm against 7 seeds when you have 32 teams. It's just too many seeds. If you want 7th seed, fine. Expand the league to 40 teams. And then we get more football. So, I mean, that's a win-win. I'm just saying 7 seeds is too many seeds to really make the playoffs mean anything. One team wins it all. Okay, better luck next year. Yeah. I think the Bengals were getting pretty dangerous, though. I'm not saying the Bengals would have won it all, but I am saying they could have beaten anybody. I'm not saying they would have beaten anybody. They had a tendency of shooting themselves in the foot this year, but they could have beaten anybody. I'm not surprised the front office is going to get a lot of angry emails and letters on a front door. I hear you. The 7th seed ain't bad. No, it is bad. That wild card weekend is lit. No, it not. No, I mean, it was always lit before. When it was only 6 seeds. Wild card weekend's always interesting, but not with the 7 seeds. They're not. No, I don't agree with that. The NBA All-Star Game, nobody cares when they play. No, I don't know about that. I like the NBA All-Star Game. Broncos versus Bills will be lit. Philly versus whoever will be lit too. You don't think these will be some great games, but I fuck with expanding to 40 teams. Even 36 would be cool. Well, I mean, I'd be fine with 36. The problem with 36 is, you don't really have even distribution throughout the divisions. You'd probably have to have another division realignment. But yeah, if you want 7 seeds, fine. But Broncos saying, with 32 teams in the NFL, it's just, and I think the Jets just got a touchdown, by the way. But with 32 teams in the NFL, you need more. That's just too many teams to put in the playoffs. You need more teams if you're going to have more teams in the playoffs. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, that's Murphy. I don't know what's going on, Mikey. Probably going to have to get off here in a second and deal with that. Chiefs game was BS. They sold on purpose just because they're scared of the jungle. I agree. Running like children. I agree, Terrain. Totally, completely agree. Would have to be 40 if the NFL expands. Yeah, you could do 36, but it's not like the NFL's a stranger to back when I was a kid, the divisions weren't even at all. The AFC Central, which is what the Bengals were in back then, had 6 teams. But then there were divisions with 4 teams, and there were divisions. Yeah, it was kind of weird. But if you're gonna keep, I think having the divisions be even is good for the NFL. And if you're gonna have the divisions be even, you have to expand to 40. Because there's 8 divisions, so you need 8 more teams. I'd like 40 teams. That would be fun. I think 40 NFL teams would be good, especially with how much money the NFL has. They can definitely afford 40 teams. But if you're going to have this many playoff teams, expand to more cities. That's my opinion. Add a division to each conference, or you could do that too. I was thinking you could go to 5 teams per division, but you could also add a division. You could add a central division basically. College football world with 100+ teams. Could the NFL work with 40? I don't see why not. I mean, college football works just fine. I don't know why the NFL couldn't work with 40, especially since it's professional. Part of what the problem in college football is sometimes is in college football, some of the smaller schools can't really compete with the bigger schools as far as recruitment goes. But in the NFL, because guys get paid, but there's also a salary cap. Teams are only allowed to spend so much money, but they also spend money. So, guys can just kind of pick wherever they go, and it kind of keeps things a little bit more even. But in college, you're never going to have Appalachian State ever have any chance of, competing with, Appalachian State's not even a D. So, a D1 team, like Ohio, OU. We're never, we won a national championship back in 1960, I think, but we're never going to win one ever again because there's no chance we could ever compete with recruitment as far as Alabama goes, right? Or LSU or Texas or Ohio State in our own fucking state, or even UC, the school that I go to right now. OU would, they'd never take a recruit from OU unless it was a guy who was pretty good but not competitive. They might steal a guy who'd be a backup, but that's about it. But in the NFL, you don't really have that, because guys are focused on the money, and all NFL teams have money. And you don't have the Cowboys dominating the NFL because they just outspend everybody because they have the most money. The Bengals could get better, even though they're a small market team. That would require them not being stupid. The Jets are at 32-20, by the way. So there's about 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Yeah, Jets are definitely going to win this game, I think. Damn shame the Broncos. The Broncos are going to do what the Broncos do. I can't even be mad at the Broncos. Damn shame the Chiefs had to fucking, pussyfoot their way through the last game of the season. Maybe next year, hope a T and Chase contract works out. I think it will. I really do think so. Now, I know last offseason was kind of traumatizing as far as that stuff goes, but I do think that just based off everything that's gone on so far, T and Jamar have both made it absolutely clear that they want to be with the Bengals, and it's not even about being the highest paid player. They want to be paid fairly, but they don't necessarily need to beat out Justin Jefferson as far as money goes. They just want to be paid fair wage for their service. Why does my stream keep... Oh, I know that's probably happening. So Jamar and T both just want a fair wage for their service. And they don't want to have like all the terms be in the Bengals' favor essentially, right? But they made it very clear that they want to come back. So it's a fucking layup for the Bengals at this point, you don't have to be gigantic cheapskates about every little detail in the contract, which I guarantee you is what the problem is anyway. And if this was always T's perspective, then I guarantee you part of the reason he hasn't signed the contract is because the Bengals are trying to like strong arm him into like some dumb lack of guaranteed money, or like some sort of like deal where like if he gets hurt then he makes like $1 million less or something like that. That's it's probably some dumb shit like that from the Bengals front office. That I don't think it's about like the top end type of the money. Add 3 more games to 20 games, 2 bye weeks. Add 3 more games to 20 games, 2 bye weeks. 20 games would be a lot, dude. 18 games is hard enough. Or 18 weeks is hard enough for NFL players right now. 20 games, so you have with 2 bye weeks, you'd have 22 weeks. That'd be kind of crazy. Now, I mean, I guess if you're expanding to 40 teams, maybe you could do that in a way that's not as tough on the players' bodies. But actually, yeah, if you can do that, then that's a perfect explanation. I mean, why would the NFL not want to expand to 40 teams? I can't think of a single reason. I think they should, and then keep your 7-team playoff format. That's perfectly fine. Put more teams out there. Absolutely, I'm down for that. The problem I see not playing every time as often. Problem I see... Oh. Too many injuries, too much mediocrity. For what? Huh? Oh, because of like 20 games? Yeah, that's kind of my point. Like, I think if the more games you have... the more likely you're going to deal with a lot of guys getting injured across lots of different teams, and that's not good for football either. But if you have more teams, then you could potentially space it out to the point where you get more games and bye weeks and stuff like that, and maybe that makes the game actually better. Who knows? Maybe that's what John was saying, Well, no, he says add 3 more games, so you can't add 3 more games, but like maybe add a couple more bye weeks, and then, but with 40 teams, you could pull that off pretty well. I don't think you need more games, though. But you would end up with more games because you have more teams. The NFL makes more money, and the players don't have to be, as exhausted. Would promotion regulation work with college football and NFL expansion? I think you would have to do that to give more teams a chance at a championship of each tier. Oh, like soccer? No, I don't think that would work in the NFL. Because, I mean, the mentality when it comes to football is being the best, Like, promotion, there's a reason they don't even have promotion relegation in the MLS, because that's just like, I think it's an American thing. It's like an American mentality. I don't think people can get behind that. I don't think you're going to get like Americans who are going to get behind that mentality of competing that hard for something that's not even like the top level. I mean, like like I said, MLS doesn't even have promotion and relegation. I don't think there's a single league at least like a high-end league or anything like that in America that has promotion and relegation in the first place. I don't even think they have that in Canada. See you tomorrow? Yeah, see you tomorrow, Mikey. There is already a serious shortage of offensive linemen at 32 teams. It would only get worse with the expansion. Yeah, but it would also potentially like even it out a little bit more too. Like, yeah, maybe every team would be a little bit less, like have a little bit less great offensive line, but you'd also have like, the defensive lines would, kind of be spread out a little bit more too. So I understand what you're saying. But it's not that 40 teams would be perfect and it would just be, all peaches and roses and everything. But I do think that expanding the 40 teams solves a lot of problems for a lot of like people. Like the NFL players don't have to worry about being as exhausted all the time. The NFL still gets to put more games out there and make more revenue and expand their business and stuff like that. You can keep the 7-team playoff format. Hell, you can probably expand to 8 playoff teams, and it would, it would still work just fine with if you have 40 teams in the NFL. I know you're referring to expansion. Don't like promotion and relegation. I like promotion and relegation actually. I actually really appreciate that thought process when it comes to like the EPL. I think that's a pretty cool aspect that they have. But Tyler Huntley gets obliterated, and that's probably about game. Yeah, no, I like promotion relegation. I think that's a good system. I just don't think it would work in American sports. That's my main thing. It would work for NFL, XFL, USFL. No, it wouldn't, because the guys in the XFL and the guys in the USFL are on such a different level than the guys in the NFL. I mean, you see that with guys who are like dominating in the XFL who get NFL contracts and they hardly ever do anything. All right. I wasn't even keeping up with the quarter marker on this. I'm not used to having to do this. But it is the final now. Game over. Dolphins lose. We got one result we wanted, but unfortunately the Broncos got the job done. And but you know what? Like I said, if the Bengals aren't going to make the playoffs, I'd rather the Broncos be the team that's in than the Dolphins. The Dolphins would have just been a terrible situation for everybody, I think. Nobody would have wanted to watch that. It'd be a great situation for the Bills. They'd get an easy Week 1 win, but it wouldn't have been fun for anybody else, I don't think. So, yep. All right, Bengals season's over, guys. That sucks, but it is what it is. Don't lose to the Patriots. Come out swinging next year. Don't start 0-3. Don't start 0-2. Stop starting 0-1. Oh my God. Like, if you're gonna lose week 2, don't lose week 1. Like, man, just the Bengals have nobody to blame but themselves for the way that they performed earlier this year. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Hopefully they'll come out swinging next year. The way they finished the season, I still think is good. A lot happier with that. I want that for the Rams to be relegation, STL to be promoted. Yeah. You see, here's the thing, John. I don't think the NFL wants a team in St. Louis. I think that's part of why they got the Rams to move to LA, because I think St. Louis didn't really support the Rams financially the way that the NFL wants cities to support NFL teams. So I think it's probably pretty unlikely that St. Louis would get another NFL team. And I know you probably don't like hearing that, but I'm sorry. I mean, football teams require, they're very, very, very expensive to run, So, I mean, how much more money do these owners even really need, to be fair? But that's what the system is, and you got to operate in the system that exists. So, there is way too many coaches who terribly misunderstand how to call an offense. More teams who would cause more idiots at HC. I don't know about that, Mark. I think there's actually a lot of guys who don't get chances to be head coach that should get a chance to be head coach. Like Eric Bieniemy is a good example. Just because of like the way certain teams are, guys like that just haven't had a chance, in the 32 available jobs that exist and like the 3 or 4 that open up every year. So I think you have as much opportunity for getting a lot more bad head coaches as you get for having a lot more coaches who deserve a chance who just don't have the opportunity to get a chance. That I think you could have that could operate on both ways. Yeah, it could be bad, it could be good. But I think on the whole it would probably be mostly good. Personally, that's the way I would put it. All right, so that's pretty much gonna wrap up the playoff field. We still got to see the Vikings and Lions. Still waiting to see what happens with them. But let's see. So with the Seahawks beat the Rams, right? Yeah, with the Seahawks beating the Rams, with the Jets beating the Dolphins, the Broncos beating the Chiefs, the Chargers beating the Raiders, the 49ers there we go. The Cardinals put 47 on the 49ers. Holy shit. So yeah, the playoff is almost completely set now. So the Chiefs will be the number 1 seed. They've been that for a while now. The Bills have clinched the number 2 seed for a while. The Ravens will be the number 3 seed at 12-5. The Texans 10-7, running the awful AFC South. And so week 1 will be the 2nd seed Bills versus the 7th seed Denver Broncos. The 3rd seed Baltimore Ravens will be playing the 6th seed Pittsburgh Steelers, which will be a fun game to watch. I'm going to be streaming some of these playoff games. That might be the playoff game that I stream. I'm probably going to do one per conference. So that'll probably in the wild card round, that'll probably be the one I do for the AFC. And then Chargers Texans, that I don't care about that game at all. At all. I kind of hope the Texans win just because I don't need Justin Herbert to do anything, but whatever. And then in the NFC, the Eagles will be taking on the Packers. The Buccaneers will be taking on the Washington Commanders. And then the Rams will be hosting either the Lions or the Vikings, depending on who wins that game. But both the Lions and the Vikings are in the playoffs. We're just, tonight's game is just seeing who wins the division. Whoever wins the division gets the number 1 seed. Whoever loses gets the number 5 seed. So that'll be interesting. Eric Bieniemy blew his chance when he was with Washington, but he wasn't the head coach, Mark. He was offensive coordinator, didn't have as much to work with as he did in KC. I don't think he's blown his chance. I think maybe it's gonna take a little bit longer now because things didn't work out in Washington. But I don't think he blew his chance at all. I think he'll get another chance. Only Detroit and Minnesota left. That's true. Eagles on upset alert? Nah, I think they'll beat the Packers. Packers are a little banged up right now, and they've kind of been up and down all year. So I don't know about Eagles on upset alert. I think the Eagles will probably win. Maybe they'll lose in the second round, whoever they play. Probably the... I'm guessing the Eagles in the second round will probably play... man, that's hard to tell. Because, who knows? That Washington-Tampa Bay game is going to be pretty interesting. That might actually end up being the game that I stream on the NFC, because that's just an interesting game. Jaden Daniels versus, a resurgent Baker Mayfield. That might be an interesting game. I'm guessing the Eagles will probably play the winner of the Lions-Vikings game tonight in the second round of the playoffs, but they could play the Commanders, depending on how that game goes. Washington-Tampa Bay is a 2020 rematch. I think that's right. I think I remember that. I forgot about that, but yeah, I think that's right. Interesting. Okay. Well, I think that's it for me tonight, y'all. The Bengals missed the playoffs. It's unfortunate, but they fought real hard at the end there, and it makes me believe that next season might be better. Just got to stop with these fucking slow starts. That's the whole fucking reason we missed the playoffs, you know? For those of you who are still here, me and Mikey are going to be doing a like a power rankings type of show tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern time. And we'll probably talk about other stuff too, but like one thing we're definitely doing is power rankings, right? So I got some other stuff coming up too. I'm going to be done with school after this upcoming semester. So by the time the next season starts, I'll be out of school, and hopefully we'll be back to, business as usual with this channel, putting out a lot of videos and, kind of doing a lot of stuff. Sorry things have been so slow for the last, year and a half, but I really thought that going back to school would be good for this channel in the long run. And so far, I think that's right. I think I've learned a lot of stuff that's helped me out with the channel. And it's just the reason the content's been slow is because I've been so busy. But hoping to get back to it sooner rather than later. But yeah, I'm going to be pretty much done here. I will leave y'all, as always, with a hootie!